Hello. Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. Whoo! Woo, 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 woo. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Susan. You're right. I did that. I'm late. I was late. All right, Sushiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. You're right. Stacy's correct. I was finishing up some last minute preparations. I'm trying to be very mindful right now of what I show, what I don't show, because it's important to me to get the whole truth out there. But I also want to keep my channel because that's important to me. Okay. And people are very interested in striking with the vengeance of 1,000 suns anybody who uses their publicly available material. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I scared you. Hello. We are going to watch. I know, Alex. I got to do a Tenog. Hey-oh. Oh, hey, Gunna Fawcett. Thank you for being here for 10 months on my other channel over there. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting both. We are live on both channels here, guys. One is monetized, one is not. That's how that works, how I can show it on both. I won't get dinged. That's fine. I just want to show, because this is a Scientology related subject, but I'm putting it out on my bigger channel also because guess what? I want the views. Okay, here we go. You guys saw the thumbnail. Let's dive into this. So last night, we had a return, a return of Poe on the go. And I just want to say this at the outset, since Poe has been a subject that we've brought up a couple times here. Yes, I know you're accessing my screen. It's okay. This was his show last night. It's just called Sunday Night Panel. Now what I have done is we're not going to play this video. I'm going to go over it. We're going to go over the contents of this video from about the 40-minute mark till just about the end. Okay. But instead of playing this, I would love you guys go watch this. I want to say this. Poe did an excellent job last night of, and I excuse me, Poe, you're hidden behind my QR code. I can't move that on the screen. I apologize. There's Poe. This gentleman here in the upper right-hand corner, that is Jerry, Sarasota Jerry, and here's Dusty Soda Fountain Dusty, aka Dusty, and of course, Cheryl. Okay. So I am going to read to you all. Okay, we're going to do an interpretive reading of. I printed out the transcript. I will publish the transcript. Actually, let me go publish that right now in a comment for you guys, so that you guys can read along if you want. But I will put that in a post, not in a comment. I'm so sorry, in a post. Right now, Poe panel show. Yesterday was the 18th, 16 November 2025. 40-minute. Oh, no, Nora, that's not how you do that. 40-minute mark. Wow. I got to really work on my typing. It's been bad. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. Nothing is doing what I want. Copy. Oh, good. It did paste it. I have to wait a minute because it's a lot to paste. There we go. All right. Now you guys will all have it. Okay. So you can do whatever you want with that, but we're going to go over it here together. Okay. Now I've posted it. So let me share it on the screen. You guys can read along with me, or you can go and listen. Okay. I did not edit it. It's not formatted very well because I put the video into like a transcripting things. So there's maybe some words left out. Okay. But the important parts are all there. Let's go to the Sharesies screen. And we're going to share this one instead. And here we go. All right. Now, it starts off with Cheryl making this question here, okay? Pretty much, John, the question I have, okay, so the Clearwater PD is stopped showing up now that we've got state troopers. What's going on? And John Poe says, okay, my thoughts on that, and I'll start off with the whole prosecution with the state attorney general coming in on it. Now, this is where Poe and I didn't understand Florida, jurisdictions. The state attorney in Florida is the same as a district attorney in other states, okay? But he and I had the same impression that, hot dog, fucking, the state's attorney there, bad news bears. But I digress, okay? Anytime it goes from local, county to state, and the state takes over everything that the state does, you're looking at bigger sentences, bigger time. This is all facts. Okay, so now Clearwater police have stepped back. Now let's get back to the police. The Clearwater police have stepped. You know what? Why did you stop sharing? Are you guys still seeing it, or am I just not seeing it? Let me try again. Stop. We'll go here and we'll do the screen share again. There it is. Okay. What are they doing? What are they doing? What is the purpose? Why are they there instead of Clearwater police who are being paid to patrol those areas? So that tells me that there's a lot of political draw on it. If you have the state attorney general who suddenly jumped in on this, and there's no reason, we're talking simple misdemeanor assault, why are they jumping in on this? All right. Normally, when you have a political entity like an attorney general, what do you see from them? You see instances where they get the most publicity or something that has to do with an affiliation with political people. Now, as someone who 30 years in law enforcement and someone, Poe, not me, who also ran for state office, Poe did, not me. And I know a lot of people that are in the political space that anytime it steps up from your local and county to a state level, they're pushing some kind of agenda on it. So that's why when I heard that the other night when you were on with Nat and Jenna, okay, see Aaron's group video from 2 nights ago, it really raised some concerns for me because let's see, I was reading one of the statements. He was looking at the chat because the fact is that the state police don't just come in for nothing. Now, this, whether or not it's the state or the state attorneys, the district attorney or not, that's still a fact. The state police in any state do not come in for nothing. Okay? Generally, if they come in, there's a reason and they're going to be pushing hard. Now, what they'll do, which is what a lot of feds do that I've seen with state police agencies working with multiple state agencies, is they sit back and they'll collect evidence and they'll collect evidence and they'll collect evidence. And then 6 months, a year later, all of a sudden, knock, 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 they show up at your door. Hi, we have a warrant for your arrest. All right. What they can do is they'll start building now he's trying to think of an example. So he starts referring to Dusty. Let's say we've got Dusty using an illegal tie-dye operation out of his house now. And we have him out there. He's drawing, what we consider to be indecent chalk art on the street. And because of that viewpoint that we have it here, it looks like something that he shouldn't be drawing on the street. Okay. And then the next thing you know, all these charges are building up. What happens when you have multiple charges and this person, one person is committing multiple charges? Then you start leading it up from just a misdemeanor to try to build it into it's the same way with RICO and things like that. You collect evidence and you try to build them all together and dogpile them all together so that you can make it into a bigger charge than it is. that they're out there now and that they're I don't remember, they're handling all of this, all of the calls on this. What you don't realize is how many undercovers they have out there. How many undercover troopers are sitting out there that are watching you? You're seeing people that are coming by and you're all, oh, hey, they were there last night and they waved at us when we went by. They're here and there they are again. Dusty says, what are the chances that they're looking at the full picture? Not the full picture is not only what they're seeing protesters doing, but they're seeing what's actually going on the back side of the building too, right? Like Dusty's like, what about what's happening back there? Poe says, why would they care? And Dusty's like, well, they know because that's where the trafficking's happening. Cheryl says, they don't care though, Dusty. And Dusty says, that's where the trafficking's actually happening. They're actually seeing that too. Are they actually seeing that too in their investigation? And Poe says, think about this. They're there. They're there out of the blue and they are investigating on behalf, more than likely. Let's see. And then he starts reading the chat. I would doubt they're looking into Scientology, Rib Guy. Apparently a comment from Rib Guy. I would say they're more looking into you guys, into Aaron. You know, I mean, you got the state attorney general comes in and all of a sudden takes over Aaron's case. Now, this is where, again, Poe and I had the same thought here. Okay. But it's just the district attorney. Okay. Not the state. And so then Jerry corrects him. Not the state attorney general. It's the state's attorney, the local state attorney, right? But that steps up from the local prosecutor because that's not what their local prosecutor in board is called, a state attorney. And this is him and Poe going back and forth. They're doing, not every county has a state attorney. Poe says, okay, but who was handling it before? It was the same person? And Jerry says, yeah, I was thinking about it this week. I'm going to put in, now Jerry, this is Jerry's bright idea. I'm going to put in a freedom of information request with the Florida Highway Patrol and find out, well, one of them are getting paid to be there. Poe says, but there's something that you're going to have to find out. That they can refuse to answer a FOIA. Okay. And the freedom of a FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. And it's just a common nomenclature for filing those paperwork. There's lots of ways they can do it. Number one reason is they can say it's an ongoing investigation. We can't release any information about it. Number two, and they'll say it can affect public safety. All right. They have so much time from when you file a FOIA to when they have to answer it. Right. Just because you file a FOIA, guys, doesn't mean anyone is going to just automatically turn over the information. They can avoid it for years. Okay. Look at what happens in crimes where people try to freedom of information, the body cam footage, and some police stations never turn over the body cam. They could literally just sit there and go, nope, we're not going to answer it. Look what Elvide, the massacre that happened in the children's school in Texas, 6 months or a year could stretch it out, right? You need to look into Florida's laws. Florida have that broad. I don't think they're for any broad laws. And then Jerry says, I don't think they're, maybe I'm looking at it differently, but I wonder if they're just really there to work for Scientology. Poe says, I can tell you from my experience and having to work with state police agencies from multiple states, I don't trust them. I really don't. Because you got to remember the person who runs the state police are appointed by the governor or, things like that. And they're generally appointed by the governor. So that person is a political appointee, the head of the state police. Okay. Are they going to do what the governor tells them to do? Are they going to lead their people to do what the governor tells them to do? Look like cities like Portland, other places where the police have been told to stand down. All right, you look at Chicago, and that's not exactly what happened in Portland, but that's totally digressing from this point, so I'm not going to get into it. You look at Chicago, where they actually have the tapes of the commander who was in charge telling people we're not going there now. Regardless of what the political situation or political stance is, as a police officer, you take an oath to do your job. The state police, all the way down to your city cops, we all take an oath. Not only are we there to uphold the Constitution, right, your First Amendment right to free speech, okay? We are there to defend the public trust, okay? That means that politics should not be able to play into it. That's the public's hope in general, okay? But this is Poe again. When you're sitting there and you got 20 years on the job and your commander says, if you don't go, you're terminated, right? You're going to lose your pension. You're going to lose your benefits. You're going to probably lose everything you got. And that's, all these things you got to think about. You can have the best cop there's ever been, the most ethical, the most honorable cop that ever was. He's got 3 kids. He's got a mortgage, trying to take care of their family. And then they're threatened with the fact that they could lose their job. So, yeah, that's a real problem with that. Cheryl says, for the past couple of weeks, months now, I guess a couple of months, they've been sending out the little security guard, Mateo. And he's been yelling at everyone, stop harassing, stop harassing. Poe says, that's victimization. That's a common thing that's done. And what it does is anybody who's passing by is going to see that. And they're going to hear him and say, stop harassing me, stop harassing us. People who don't know what you're out there for, suddenly you become the bad guys, right? They now this is me. They're shifting the public perception. Okay. Cheryl says, see, that's all Scientology does. Dusty says, yeah, for a year, for almost 2 years, those guys only been out there 6 months. So I think Dusty's referring to his own protesting because Dusty has individually, before Aaron came out to protest 6 months ago, Dusty has been out there for almost 2 years protesting a lot of times on his own. Okay. And Dusty has never, as far as I know, and I could be corrected on that, had a run-in with the cops. So then Jerry brings up the fact here. It's okay for Mateo to follow you around on public streets. And then Cheryl's like, yeah, but right. Or harassing whom? And he's yelling at me. Why are you yelling at me? You harass me. So then Poe says, and that's why it needs to be, if these kinds of things are happening, remember, if he gets enough of that evidence that he needs, do you think he's going to wait a second? Now he's talking about Mateo. Do you think Mateo will wait a second before filing a personal protection order against you? Of course not. Aaron already has a personal protection order against him. Okay. I'm going to skip a little bit here. You can't have contact with this person. Do you think he has the evidence that he needs, that he won't file it on you guys? And then Cheryl says, that's why I stopped saying things to people. I've just been going, I hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice evening. So she knew, I'm assuming that she knew something bad could happen if she kept saying other things. That's how I'm interpreting that. My personal interpretation. Poe then says, if he's doing that, Mateo, those are the things you might want to look into. Do you have to speak to an attorney? Maybe Aaron's attorney. Do you have enough to file for a protection order against him because he's harassing you when you show up there, from what you're saying? And then Dusty says, and he's doing that harassment on public grounds too. He's not doing it on their property. It's not on their property. And then they're talking over each other. And a comment about Peter got pulled up. And then she says, that is them trying to put something together, trying to build something right by keeping doing that and having that on camera. Poe says, yeah, so you mean you say it enough times, you tell a lie enough times, suddenly it starts becoming true. Cheryl says, it's a trick. Yeah, the truth. Poe says, yeah, and let's see here. Now, this is a comment from chat. From Camo6381. Is there any possibility, this is the question they asked, is there any possibility the state has come in because local police were doing such a biased job of handling the protesters? And Poe says everything's possible. Let's remember that. Cheryl says, I thought it maybe they're not showing up anymore because they're really getting a bad rap, the local PD. I really thought, what they decided, like, hey, you know what, guys, this isn't good for our PR. That's why they have the state trooper. But is that just me being naive? And then Poe says, on the other side of the coin, I'm being too distrusting because of experiences, right? Like he's telling Cheryl, like, you might just be too distrusting. And she says, okay, all right. So those are the extremes, right? He says, yeah. And now he's going to read a comment from Rib Guy, which said, in my opinion, they are building this up to take action. They took out the top and will build cases for the lowers. That's Rib Guy's comment. The timeline might be because of the December 5th event, which is also Rib Guy's comment, referring to the Lisa McPherson anniversary event. Okay. Cheryl says, I need a freaking tiara. I'm going to wear that down there. They're not taking out the queen. And then she laughs. Poe says, see, one of the best statements I've heard about things like this is conspiracy theory. It is conspiracy theory until it's proven true. And that's the thing. I hate not making sure you cover your butt on things. Cheryl says, but usually with Scientology, because they believe in so many conspiracy theories, it's probably one of their working conspiracy theories they're working on. Dusty says, and please don't break the law. And then Poe says, okay, answering a comment from Exiled and Banished. This is the thing. I got better at like writing that out because that doesn't show up in the transcription. What exactly are Aaron's charges? Assault? And then Poe says Aaron was originally charged in the smurfing incident. Okay, that's what he's calling that. Where he's accused of throwing blue chalk dust on, is it a Sea Org member or something? Cheryl says a Sea Org member. At first they were saying a security guard, but he was wearing a mask, and you have to be licensed or something to be a security guard. And you're not allowed to wear a mask in the state of Florida, so I'm not sure. And then Dusty interrupts her and says that's in the indictment, that he was working security for their Scientology building. And Cheryl says something like that. And Dusty says, yeah, it's in the indictment. And Cheryl's like, that's a little blurry, that line on him being a security guard. Now he threw water on Aaron first, which is battery. And then Aaron, replied with some chalk. So unfortunately, and then Poe says, he interrupts and says, now this is the important part, guys. I underlined it and put it in red. Think about it from this standpoint. I know that some people get upset about it, but the fact that Aaron threw at him does not would not constitute the fact that Aaron threw water at him would constitute battery if that's proven in court. The fact that Aaron threw the chalk at him, okay? Sorry, I'm reading this totally wrong. The fact that Aaron threw that at him does and would constitute battery if that's proven in court. Okay? Okay. Why isn't the other guy arrested too? This is Cheryl. Battery, apparently that's battery. Throwing hot water on someone is also battery. Then how come that guy doesn't have any charges? Poe says, because you see what's happening. You know how Aaron's bond has been revoked. Well, what do you know? Here's the thing. You get in front of a jury, or you get in front of a judge who doesn't want to hang everybody that comes in front of them, and you show them the fact that Aaron, that this person threw that on Aaron, referring to the hot water. They both can be charged, and they both can be convicted of battery. Now, I don't know what Florida's laws are for how many days you can get for simple misdemeanor. Of course, we know it's up to 1 year in jail, 6 months probation, or $1,000 fine, or some combination thereof. Okay. Now, it's all going to come. Things are going to come into play. I don't know, Rib Guy. I didn't see it. Oh, that's not Rib Guy. This is a comment from Definite Trouble Source. He didn't throw it. The bag exploded as he opened it. Please stop using that word. Now, we are going to look back at the incident in a minute. But this is the narrative. Aaron didn't throw it. The bag exploded when he opened it. Okay? They're saying he didn't throw it. The bag exploded as he opened it. Stop using that word. Look, I didn't see it, all right? Poe hasn't seen any of the video, which I really think he should. I really think he should go, and I'm going to show a clip from Aaron, and I'm going to show a clip from Cheryl. We're going to do it very slow. We're going to show very definite stuff. I want to show this is just facts. This is not, I want to be 100p here. Okay. I want to be 100%. I'm just going to stop sharing for just 1 second here. Okay. I want to be 100% clear with you guys. Going over this transcript, talking about these things, and re-showing Aaron's own video that's still up, that is entitled, what is the video title? Please hold. Scientology Protest Where I Got Arrested. That's the title Aaron retitled his video. Okay. And that's what we're going to show. I'm not enhancing this. I'm not making it into anything else. These are the facts. These are the things that happened, how they happened, on the day they happened. It is not me helping Scientology. It is not me helping the state district attorney. These are facts. When everyone is up in arms and you have a group of people literally trying to discredit a judge and a state attorney, okay, let's look at what really happened. This is the important part. This is why I really appreciate what Poe said last night, because he stuck with the facts of, like, this is how law enforcement works. This is how a case is built, and what other people should have done, which is stuff I've said before. So let's these are the parts we have to really focus on, guys. Facts, facts, facts. Facts are not fun. Facts are not happy. Facts are sometimes not your friend. Okay? That's just the reality of the situation. That's how that goes. Okay? So let's get back into sharing this transcript. That I'm sorry I'm late, guys. The transcript took me a little bit of time. Okay. When you're looking at these, at least it becomes a mutual combatant situation. And then Cheryl says, but the other guy hasn't, he's scot-free. He got off scot-free. Now, Poe is reading the comment from at Northern Girl 4. She says, they have the cop recorded saying it was going to be written up as mutual battery. False. This is another narrative. The two main narratives that are being repeated over and over and over and over by Aaron, by Cheryl, by Natalie, by Jenna is a lie. And the reason why I'm pointing out it's a lie, not because I'm trying to make sure Aaron goes to jail. Because what Poe's explaining here, okay, very gently, is that this case is becoming bigger. Okay? This case is becoming a lot bigger. Now you have the state troopers watching you. Okay? A second charge has already been introduced. When you have a group of people repeating the same lie over and over, that's called a conspiracy, right? You then become an accomplice in the eyes of the law. Okay? And if you think for 1 second that the state's attorney and this judge, but I would say, if Scientology isn't going to be working on, presenting more information to the state's attorney, giving them more videos, giving them more clips, giving them more things to try and show, like, hey, it's not just this guy. You guys have got to wake up. You guys have got to wake up. So when you are repeating the same lie that Aaron has said, you're going to get yourself in a world of shit. The cop never said mutual battery. Aaron says that, and I will show you on the video. The police officer never says that. Okay? So it goes back to, like, watch what happened. Don't just take somebody's word for it. Okay, let's finish up Poe here. We're almost done with that, and then we'll get to these other things here. But buckle up, guys. This is we all have to be paying attention to this thing. Okay? It's important. Okay? So we'll go over the video in a minute here. And the officer was recorded saying blah, blah, blah. And so that was him reading it, and says, that's the thing. I agree, Buttercup. The other guy should have charges, okay, if he threw the water on Aaron, and there's evidence of it. Those are all things. They're going to have to be presented in the trial. And Cheryl's like, right, they threw water on us more times than chalk was thrown on them. So they came out a couple of times throwing water on us, and then the smurfing incident happened. And Poe says, but you need to think about it. Is it time to stop playing nice when they, Scientology, throw stuff on you? And is it time to start, like, filing charges when things like that happen? And then Cheryl says, we call and the cops don't show up. Dusty says, yeah, the problem was they weren't showing up when we would call 911. Poe says, well, then what you need to do is you need to go to the police station, demand the report. If they refuse, then you go to the county sheriff's office, demand the report there on the fact that they're refusing to take your case. If the county sheriff refuses, then you go to the state police. None of them, Cheryl, Aaron, Jenna, except for the woman who got hit by the car, who actually physically went to the police station to get those charges pressed against the guy who hit her with the car, have gone to the police. And then Jerry says, that's one thing that's baffling me, John. Why are the state police there and why not the county sheriff? I feel like Poe was explaining this for a while and I don't know where Jerry was. They're the next step up, right? So, police, sheriff, then state police, right? That's the one thing that sets an alarm bell off with me. And Poe is like, now there's a comment from Scooter's anti-cult report. And this is the exact quote. It all changed when the other guy was taken to the hospital in respiratory distress. And see, Aaron, and right here, Poe's, I underlined it in red, guys. I mean, why didn't Aaron go to the hospital for burn injuries if hot water was thrown on him? This guy's going to the hospital in respiratory distress. Aaron may have suffered burns. This is the key question. If Aaron was injured by the water, and then Dusty throws in a broken foot from the other incident, neither time, guys, neither time of these quote unquote mutual assaults does Aaron file a police report, go to any medical provider to be checked out to document his injuries. Nothing. So as a district attorney, state attorney, as a judge, I'm going to be like, that's suspicious. That's weird. Like, if you're trying to claim mutual battery, but you don't have any injuries, that's the end of your case. That's the end of your case. And Poe brought it up. I just repeat, thank you, Poe. Okay? Like, it's like you can't, it can't be both. You can't be the victim and then never go file your claim. Okay? So then Poe says, you all have an idea of what's going to happen in any situation like that. I mean, to me, it's like watching a professional soccer game. You run by somebody and all of a sudden they're on the ground screaming you collided with them, right? And that's how a lot of people get the calls on the other guy. They're not really injured. They just get the call. It may be time to rethink things. And is it time to stop playing the nice guy? Stop letting things go and start holding people accountable for the things that they're doing. And you need to be careful, because will they give you the same leniency they, are giving the other guy? Sheriff told me this was a comment on the screen. Sheriff told me they do not handle Clearwater business. Well, here's the thing. Look into state law, because most states where the police department fails to do their job, it falls on the county sheriff's department. And if they're not, and the law says they don't have to, then that's where the state police come in, because it's their job to investigate. If there's a crime committed by the city police and the city police department's not handling it, then you go to the next level. In most cases, that's going to be the sheriffs. If not, it's going to be the state police. Again, very, 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 very good. Very, very, very good. Schatz Page, do I think? Oh, wrong one, Jojo. Not going to authorities contributed to this. Yes. Because again, you can't claim it's a mutual battery and you never press charges. You never file charges. The only time Aaron has done that is when he apparently got a temporary restraining order on some Scientologist lady or something, the lady who came by a couple times, and he was waiting for her to come by again so he could serve her. You can't serve your own restraining order, by the way, in any state. It has to be served by another party. But he brought it. He brought it with the pizza that one time. That woman's never been served. She's never come back. I have a whole other opinion on that lady. But that's the only thing that he's done, is to get a restraining order on a woman that came by to yell things. Okay. Call the federal prosecutors. That's what Poe says. Dusty says, I wish the FBI would jump in there and go find out, why does this house of worship have all these cameras around it? Why does this house of worship have these illegal 40-foot buses? But they're hiding something, and there is something illegal going on. It's all being covered up by these cameras. So I could do a whole stream on this comment from Dusty. Again, I think that what Dusty's gone out and his volunteering to go and protest every day is wonderful, but I would love to educate him a little bit more on what's going on. because his general understanding is, I don't think, totally accurate. That's what I'm gonna say. Poe says, here's what you got to remember in situations like that. Until they have definite proof that these items are being used as criminal reason, like say your boat. Now again, he's talking to Dusty. What does he take his boat out for? Is he licensed to go crab fishing? Is he licensed to go fishing off of his boat? I've never seen it. Therefore, they need to go investigate him, like as if they would start an investigation into Dusty to see if he's a licensed fisherman, right? And those are the things, of course, the Fish and Wildlife would be the ones who investigate it, but it's in the same realm of if they don't have some kind of evidence or reasonable suspicion, then they won't, there's no way they can do anything about it. All they can do is start an investigation. But how easy is it to investigate anything to do with Scientology? Every door closes, everyone's mouth shuts. Poe made such great, thank you again, Poe. I'm just going to thank him. He's not here. But it's a great stream, great information from Poe last night. Okay. So let's go over a couple things that I found out. Okay. Because I think it's important to understand these things, because who to talk to came up a lot. Okay. So this is what I asked the question: when trying to get a crime investigated in Florida, first step is local police, then who? So the AI says, okay, after contacting local police in Florida, if you are not getting the crime investigated, the next steps typically involve escalating the matter to the local state attorney's office or filing a formal complaint with an internal affairs or oversight agency. So no sheriffs, guys. You go from your local PD in Florida to the state attorney's office. Okay? That's for people in Florida who are wondering why the fuck this. You go to your local and then you go to the state. Okay? You can talk to a supervisor, contact the local state attorney's office, file an official complaint. And here's a link here. Contact the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. Okay? They serve as the investigative arm of the state for certain types of crimes: major crimes, major drugs, violent crime, public integrity, fraud, especially those that are multi-jurisdictional or complex. They may be able to offer assistance or coordinate with local authorities. So I would say this, when dealing with Scientology, is definitely complex. I would go here because we know the local attorneys haven't done anything. But in order to keep all your ducks in a row, first go to the local police. If they're not going to open an investigation, go right here. Okay. And I will put a link. Let me copy this link and we'll paste it right here. Okay. Paste it in both chats for you. Oh, no, Nora. There we go. Now you guys all have it. Okay. So there's that. Now, the other thing I discovered, okay, and this was the question I asked: what do state troopers investigate in Florida? Okay. And guys, if you're in Florida, okay, if you're in Florida and you're protesting, please use Google. Okay, please find out. Look up your local laws. Like I don't even live there, but this is for you guys who are supporting Aaron, and for Aaron, and for anybody else who's planning to go to the Lisa McPherson anniversary, which I highly recommend you go to and support, because that's a very important incident to bring up in Florida with facts. Okay. Like we got to keep bringing the facts up about that a woman was murdered inside those buildings and nothing was done about it. Okay. So I totally support people going out there, but please understand what's happening right now, because we have Florida troopers on the ground. So Florida state troopers who are part of the Florida Highway Patrol. Okay. So they serve a dual purpose there, similar in Oregon. Okay. Our state police are the Highway Patrol. Primarily investigate traffic crashes, especially serious and fatal ones, enforce all traffic and motor vehicle laws on the state highways, and have general statewide arrest powers for violations of state law committed in their presence. Okay? So like in California, there's kind of like a loophole, right? Where if the highway patrol's on the highway, they don't have jurisdiction in the cities. That's up to the city police. That's why when there's like a car chase and the guy goes off the freeway, they have the city police and the highway patrol fly him, and it's kind of like dual. And then they'll have, like, let's say the guy's going through many jurisdictions. As each jurisdiction falls away, their local police will leave the chase, right? But in Florida, those troopers have statewide power. Okay. Beyond traffic enforcement, Florida Highway Patrol troopers also have specialized investigative duties through their Bureau of Criminal Investigations and Intelligence, BCII, and other units, okay, which include vehicle, criminal. Specially trained troopers are assigned throughout the state to protectively interdict general criminal activity, often in cooperation with local and federal partners. Okay. Organized crime and domestic security. The BCII includes programmatic areas related to organized crime, terrorism, domestic security, gangs, and critical infrastructure protection. Okay. We have to understand that this is getting very serious. While most police departments and county sheriffs handle most crime investigations, such as homicides, burglaries, and typical street crimes, and the Florida Department of Law Enforcement handles major, multi-jurisdictional, or specific high-impact criminal investigations, Florida Highway Patrol focuses on its primary mission on the roads. But if they've been called in, one of those other departments have been called in. No, listen, the judge didn't do anything wrong. I want people to stop asking about the judge. This is the problem right now, is that you guys aren't looking at facts. This judge is a good judge. She has a good record. She didn't do nothing wrong. Okay? That judge has done nothing wrong. People need to stop asking about the judge or the state attorney. Okay? Let's look at actions. We're going to go to actions now. We're going to go to actions. Okay? That's, let me share this one. This is the panel from last night. All right. Here is the stream from Aaron. I stopped it right here. I have several points to stop. Here is the bag of chalk in question. Okay? Now, it appears to me that the chalk level is actually see, it's only about halfway here. Okay? It has a little handle at the top so you can carry it. Okay? I have several timestamps here. We're going to go to 46:24. Okay. All right. So here again, Aaron is doing stuff. Okay. And here's the bag of chalk. Still totally intact. Okay. Because the claim is the bag ripped. The bag ripped when he was opening it. That's the claim. That's the claim. Okay. Now we're going to go to 48:50. Oh, that went too far. 48. Here we go. Now I'm just going to play a little bit of this because this is important. Listen to what Aaron says here. And once again, I'm going to read out my disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay. I want you guys just to listen. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me know if you can hear it or not, to what Aaron says.
In another, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
They might literally be.
Can you guys hear this okay? Okay, this is Jamie talking now. Somebody in the background says that looks so
You
pretty.
can see him?
So now Aaron is waiting. Jamie says, there they are. You can see him. Aaron
Okay.
asks. Now, what is he grabbing?
Okay,
He
good.
puts his roller down.
We're ready. We're ready. We're
You
on
can't
public
see what he
property,
has
baby.
in his other hand right now, but he picked something up off the ground.
So again, when they come out that door, though, you got to keep it on me.
When they come out that door, you got to keep it on me.
Okay. Preferably wide enough that you can get me.
And there he is holding the chalk. That's Aaron holding the chalk. I'll remove my QR code here so you guys can see the screen in full. That's Aaron Smith-Levin holding this roller and the chalk right there. Still fully intact. Okay? Still fully intact. Let's do it this way. Okay?
And whoever's closest to me in the same shot, okay?
And whoever's closest to me in the same shot. He's giving Jamie some cinematography directions here. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if I'm a lawyer, which I'm not, that would go to speak to the intention of this incident, where people are claiming this was an accident. He didn't intend to do this. It was a mistake. Aaron has also said very conflicting statements in his other lives about this, that he threw it, he didn't throw it, the bag ripped, etc. Okay. So Jamie goes back to the door here. And there's like a little bit of nothing. So we're going to go, okay, we're going to go to, at 50:25 is when the incident happens. So we're going to go here. He's still rolling, still rolling.
You see him? Here we go.
You see him? Here we go. So here comes one guy. This is not the guy
Let's
that
get ready
gets
to
by the
party,
truck.
baby.
Second guy. Now, there's a bucket of water. This is a barrel of water. Aaron has one hand on the bottom of the chalk bag, and I'm going to play this in slow motion here, okay? I just want you guys to see. We're going to go at half speed here, okay? Here we go.
Let's get ready to party.
Let's get ready to party.
Jamie.
Now that's Cheryl in the background screaming. He tells Jamie, this gentleman right here is the gentleman who gets hit by the chalk. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 Scientologists, assumed Sea Org members. I'm pretty sure they're Sea Org members. Okay. And there's Aaron making sure he's in the shot. I got you. See, making sure he's in the shot.
Let's get ready to party, baby. Come on, bringing it.
So my question is, and this is a question for lawyers in the chat, if you want to claim battery for somebody pouring water downstairs towards you that then hits your shoes, but you say bring it, is that then a battery if you ask them to do it? That's my question. I don't know. So there goes the water. Onto the stairs.
Bring it.
Flowing towards him.
Oh, it's just going to hit our water barrier, you losers.
So then Aaron put up, the water absorbing things that day. Like thinking, now remember when Aaron drew the property line down the middle of that? And in later streams, they made a definite line down the middle of that mountain and then put the books up on it to show that they were like, here's the property line. Yeah. Aaron looks at Cheryl, who's also filming. Now, That guy was walking down the stairs already, not towards Aaron necessarily, but Aaron is moving, in my opinion, towards
Here
him.
you go.
Says, here you go. Now you can hear, I'll rewind it again a little tiny bit. You can hear that he is opening the bag there. Oops, I went way too far. Okay, here we go. Aaron is not intoxicated. I'm playing at 50% speed. Okay, I'm just going to let it play here. I'm going to talk over it, but we're going to let it
Here
play.
we go.
Here we go.
Let's get ready to party, baby.
That doesn't sound like someone who's scared or in fear for their life, in my opinion.
Let's get ready to party. Jamie.
I got you, by the way.
Make sure he's in the shot.
Let's get ready to party, baby. Come on, bringing it.
I'm sorry, but this just looks like a saggy diaper. He's so sweaty and wet. This is not the water on him. He did clarify with the police officer who was trying to give him an opportunity later to be like, did they pour all that water on you? He's like, oh no, I just sweat profusely. That's just a sweat puddle.
Bring it.
Okay, water.
Bring it. Oh, it's just gonna hit our water barrier, you losers.
Okay, now this guy's coming down the stairs.
Yeah. Here you go.
Where does the water go? His water goes right on the sidewalk in front of Aaron, who's stepping into it. Aaron steps right into it. Now there's Aaron. There's one poof, and then let's see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry. So the initial poof could have been the bag opening. But what's that second poof, guys? What is that second poof? Is that an accident? Let's see if we can just... It takes me back too far. We're going to slow it down even more. Okay. We're going to go down to quarter speed. That's as slow as I can get it. Nope, I want to go further than that.
William.
I have to let it play. See, it goes too far or it doesn't go far enough. Come on.
William.
Let's go to normal. I'll speed it up and then I'll slow it down.
You see him? Here we go. Let's get ready to party, baby. Let's get ready to party. Jamie.
I got you, by the way.
Let's get ready to
Okay,
party,
here we
baby.
go.
Come on, bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Oh, it's just gonna hit our water barrier, you losers. Yeah.
Okay, this is him walking up to the guy. Quarter speed.
Here you
Now
go.
he speeds up to get his foot into the water. See? Extra step. Accidental. That's his arms going up. Now, yes, he was arrested for this. Why? Because that gentleman that he throws the chalk on there left in an ambulance. He was arrested on this day. And then a second charge was brought after he posted bail after this arrest. And his bail was revoked for breaking the conditions of bail. So now I just want to show you guys his immediate reaction. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. I need the playback speed. There we go. We'll go back to normal. His immediate reaction to doing that.
I got everybody in it, by the way.
Yeah. Come on, bring it back. Come on back, baby.
And where is he? Here's my point. Where is he standing right here? Is he on the property line or not? I don't know. But he was very direct on like cutting a line through this mountain. I don't know where the property line is. Okay. But this, what I'm pointing out with this footage isn't whether I think this is an assault or not. What I'm pointing out with this footage is that there are multiple people that commenter and pose, Jenna, Cheryl, Natalie, who are all repeating something that I see from a legal standpoint is not facts. He did throw the chalk on the person. The first little poof was possibly from him vigorously opening the bag. The second one, where he raises his arms up, is him throwing it, right? Now, now we're going to watch Cheryl's video because she has a slightly different angle. Okay? So I want you guys to also see, let me get a better shot of this here so you guys can see. This is Cheryl's video. This is the same incident. We're going to watch it again at slow speed. Both of these people still have this up. Here we go. There's him. That's Jamie. For everybody who's wondering who's Jamie, he's just a rando guy who showed up one day who Aaron bosses around. Okay, here's the Sea Org members. Here they are with their, it's like they have to do it all together. Ready, set, go, guys. Go. Oh no, Flunk, you didn't do it at the same time. He hesitated. It was too much from that guy on the end. He had to really like work at pouring that out. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Now here comes the guy with the separate bucket, the balding guy there. He's out of frame now. He's in the upper right over here. He's coming down the stairs. Now Cheryl's going to pan over to him.
Oh, look at this one.
Look at this one.
Real,
Now here's Aaron. See, he opened the bag. He missed him.
real bright.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, hot dog. Does anybody not see him purposely dumping as much as he can from that bag on him in the second thing there? Because I don't know how you watch this and you don't see that. Let's just see it one more time.
He's real.
Bag. Oh, I missed.
He's real
And pump it out.
bright.
So I want people to review the videos and see the facts. Do not make yourself a conspirator to this crime, because this is what's being charged as a crime right now, guys. Whether your opinion of this incident is, well, that's a crime, it's not a crime, it's stupid, no one should care, it doesn't matter. The state attorney is charging this as battery. That person who Aaron threw the chalk on is pressing charges. The state attorney looked at the incident and said, yes, I will charge this person formally with a crime and take it to court. Everyone out there who keeps repeating these lies, okay, and they are lies, it is not facts, you are contributing, you're making yourself a co-conspirator. You're making yourself an accomplice in this crime. Okay? Now let's go back to Aaron's video here. And I want to go later at 58 minutes. Now, that happened at 8 minutes later, the cops arrive. Okay? So we're going to go to where the cops arrive. Okay. And I want you to hear the conversation with the police. Here's the cops. So 2 officers. This officer is outside here, and the other one's going inside. Okay.
Hey.
A battery was alleged.
Okay. So at first, the cop is seeing all the chalk everywhere, and he's like, a battery was alleged. Okay. So let's listen to the conversation Aaron has with the cop.
Wait, speak. Hold on, one thing.
Aaron laughed.
I'll show you exactly what happened the next time they come out.
So now Aaron's going to reenact it for the cop.
Have you ever heard of a color chalk?
The bag is not ripped. I just want you guys to look. The bag is not ripped. The handles got ripped off, but the bag itself is not ripped.
Chalk run? The holly powder? Where you go?
Oh, they might not do it. The cops aren't here. Look, I think they're getting ready.
See, so now they were going to come out again, but now the cops are here.
They got battered by chalk blowing in the wind while they came out to dump 500 gallons of water on it.
So Aaron, in my opinion, tells a lie to the cop right there. They got battered by chalk blowing in the wind while they came out to dump 500 gallons of water on us. It was not 500 gallons.
Yeah.
And they didn't dump it on you.
It's live streaming. Well, it's on YouTube. We're live right now.
We're live streaming right now.
Yeah.
What's your account? Just so I can watch it.
Yeah.
So the cop right there, what's your account so I can watch it?
Growing up in Scientology.
Aaron gives him his handle.
It's on here.
Yeah.
Okay, there is a little tear there in the bag. I take it back. You saw the little tear there. It was flapping. Again, not a big enough rip where it's just leaking out on its own.
I don't. Oh, they might be coming out. They're moving around.
No, now the other cop went inside. Aaron goes back.
Come here, buddies. Come out and play.
This is in front of the police officer. Please recall that the police officer is just over here, off screen, that way.
Come out and play. We're having a chalk run out here.
Pretending there's a chalk run happening.
Less than 10 minutes ago.
So the officer just asked, when did this happen?
Here, you want to see? I'll show you exactly in real time what happened. Because I'll do it again.
I'll do it again.
Right in front of the police. Come on out, buddy. Hey, come on out. Come on out and play.
Literally said he was going to, like, if they came out, he would do it again in front of the police. So then Aaron just goes back.
How's it going?
Wants him to check on it.
Thanks for coming out.
Laughing. Thinks it's a joke.
Do you see that? You got the timestamp or whatever? Okay.
Before this?
It depends on if you scroll. It depends on if you see that mess on the stairs, because it's what caused the mess on the stairs.
So Aaron's going to, he gives him the exact way to find it. Okay. Exact way to find it.
It'll be crystal clear when it.
No, I see what you mean now.
Okay.
So then he walks away because he's not in trouble. He said, nothing's wrong.
Did you notice his last name?
No, what is it? Just tell me.
Look.
Is it Hubbard?
No.
Oh, okay.
So now Jamie thinks that this cop's a dirty cop, trying to get Aaron all riled up about it.
What does Frost have to do with anything?
Remember who arrested Erica?
It wasn't Frost.
I thought it was.
No.
See, now Aaron's annoyed at Jamie because he got it wrong.
No physical contact was made either way.
No physical contact was made either way.
Now, that being said, actually, it's more of a question than a statement.
Okay, so here's the question that Aaron's going to ask the cop. Ready?
Up until, here's the reason we're doing this little experiment, at least the way that we're doing it today. Up until now, when they...
I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm just... While I'm talking...
No, totally okay. Up until now, when they come out and they throw their water on us...
This cop's like trying to watch the footage. And then Aaron's just going to show him.
That up until today, they have only ever walked up to their property line and dumped the water towards us. And we're like, okay, so we brought out the water...
So Aaron admitted that the water is gone on the ground towards them.
We brought out the water barriers. That's okay. So we brought out the water barriers to see if they would actually come onto public property, step over our barriers, and dump water on us, and that's what they did. So if...
And I'll go back through and we'll see if anyone had water dumped onto them or onto the sidewalk.
No, I'm wet.
See, the cop just asked him, is that why you're wet?
Because I sweat a lot.
No, I'm wet because I sweat a lot. So then the cop's like, well, did you see his head? Well.
So all I'm saying is, I don't know why it's legal for them to come onto public property and pour water on what we're doing on public property.
So now Aaron clarifies, why is it legal for them to come dump the water onto the ground where they're chalking?
I'm not going to file a report because that feels like a pussy thing to do.
I'm not going to file a report because that feels like a pussy thing to do.
But that's why we're running this experiment, to see if they would do it. And they did it. They did it, yeah.
So now the cop's still watching. Still watching. So he calls Aaron back over.
Oh, I liked your video, so there's that. I tried to rewind.
He tried to rewind it and accidentally liked it. The cop. Now watch. He's playing the exact part that I started this video from, where he tells Jamie to make sure he's in the frame.
Let's get ready to party, baby. Okay, here we go. Come on, bring it.
She was actually trying to get away.
So I'm already going to say this is not going to be a good look because I already saw the 5 seconds of you throwing the chalk powder on him.
Yeah.
Oh! And what does Aaron say? Yeah. The cop says, this is already not a good look because I already saw the 5 seconds of you throwing the chalk powder on him. And Aaron says, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't touch him.
But I don't touch him.
Yeah, I mean, that's just chalk in the air.
I know, but
Yeah.
So if they threw water on you, is that a crime?
Apparently you guys don't think it is because they...
So then the cop is trying to clarify. If they throw the water on you, is that a crime? Now Aaron's going to argue.
Been doing it for weeks now.
Well, that's why I asked you, are you wet from water? Because if you're wet from water, that's a battery. Like,
I mean,
See? So if Scientology had in fact come out and taken a bucket of water and thrown that water at Aaron from that bucket and caused him to be all wet, whether it was hot or cold, that would be battery, which is a chargeable offense, which Aaron could press charges. But because he threw chalk, Aaron thinks it's not battery.
I mean, it's... Well, I mean, it's a combination of things, but this is airborne chalk.
It's airborne chalk only because you put it in the air.
So it doesn't even make... I mean, water is heavier than chalk.
Sure.
These guys, I mean... let's look at the last 2 weeks. They've come out here and thrown thousands of gallons of water on us at our persons and our property.
At our persons and property. There has not been, and as far as I could know, guys, not one incident of Scientology throwing water on them, towards them, on the ground, but not onto them. Again, twisting facts. Stick to facts, stick to facts.
And so it's like, you know, they have water cannons they could spray. They don't have to come out and come onto our space and confront us in person, you know?
yeah, no worries.
So it's like, this is what you
I didn't even see you there.
so like this is what you do when you're running. It washes right out of your clothes, you know?
I'm going to show my...
So now it's not a big deal because it just washes out of your clothes, guys.
Supervisor the video.
Okay.
So now he goes to show his supervisor
understand.
the video. Okay. So he goes off. There's a whole wait. We're gonna fast forward to the end here. Okay. We're gonna come back because the cops' conversation is important. We haven't gotten a conclusion yet here. So let's listen some more. I want to listen.
They're coming back out.
Here we go. No, that's a cop. That's a cop. Okay.
I mean, Jamie was almost ready to like throw some shit on a cop. So now Aaron's going to take the rest of the chalk dust and sprinkle it onto the wet ground for I don't know what purpose, but let's just get rid of the rest of that chalk. Just going to dump that all out, that whole bag of chalk. Just make a mess.
They're not going to come out when the cops are here, are they?
Probably not.
Yeah, that was Jamie asking if Scientology people are going to come out when the cops come out. There's the cop car. Okay, it's just I don't know what he's doing. He's just dumping it out. Again, the bag is not ripped, guys. See, he's holding the top of the bag. He probably pulled the handle off. But it didn't like rip the bag open and then everything just went everywhere. It's still in a container. He's still dumping it out. Now he's going to wash his hands off because they're all very blue. Just right there on that water on the ground. That's perfect. Or dry your hand off on the ground. I think this is the part where
All right,
Aaron's
here,
starting
let
to like... His wheels are
Let me
turning here.
swap with you for a second.
So now Aaron's going to take his camera. Wash it in the bucket. There's Cheryl, chalking.
Oh, that looks better.
That looks better.
Make sure she highlights the
All right,
Colt.
let's just swap for a second, even though I've got blue all over myself.
So there's two cop
Okay,
cars
guys.
there. So now Aaron's going
Well,
to give his commentary
Here
about
we are
this.
outside the Flagland base in downtown Clearwater, Florida.
Mhm.
Scientology's trying to
There's the cop
accuse
again.
me of battery for powdered chalk.
So Aaron says right there, Scientology's trying to accuse me of battery for powdered chalk.
Getting on a Sea Org member. But
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting, right? Because
That's interesting. Why? Why is it interesting?
what's that?
Oh, okay.
What did you say?
I asked if I could go in there with them.
Oh,
Jamie wants to go inside with them. This is the person who Cheryl posted a picture of when saying Aaron got arrested. That's Jamie. It wasn't Aaron.
hey, I'll keep you off camera though.
Oh, now the cops want to talk to him again. Okay, so here comes the cop. Please listen.
With my supervisor, I muted my body camera, but now it's going back to
Sure.
actual recording.
Sure.
Are you don't have to agree to this, but can I just talk to you to the side for a second, just privately? You can keep that. I don't care.
Sure, no problem.
So the cop's going to keep. Now, the cop is like, I had to turn my body cam on. Do you mind if we talk for a minute? Aaron knows he's being recorded by the police, and he's live streaming this.
No, you can hold that.
Where everybody over here.
Okay.
So, what ultimately is going to happen, depending on, because the other officer went in there to go ask the main guy if he wants to press charges, and we're not going to make a physical arrest on anybody. I know what your intent is. I know, like, I watched all your
Okay, so right there he says we're not going to make a physical arrest on anybody. Okay? I know what your intent is. Okay? This is the initial talk with the police. Okay? So Aaron's feeling pretty good. I know what your intent is. We're not going to make a physical arrest. That doesn't mean there's no charges. It just means nobody's getting arrested.
videos on, like, I've seen so much, like, I get what you're doing. So,
I get what you're doing. So it seems like this cop is like aware of Scientology and they feel like maybe there's something weird going on there.
we're not going to make a physical arrest, but technically it meets the elements of the battery on both parts.
It meets the elements of the battery on both parts. It meets the elements of battery on both parts. This is the cop telling Aaron straight up, what you just did is battery.
Him throwing water on you and it hitting you, and you throwing chalk powder on him.
So you guys do agree the water is a problem?
Okay, so now this is before they've seen whether or not water has actually been thrown. This is him going off of Aaron's story. Okay, that it's a mutual battery. So let's keep listening.
Okay. Well,
If somebody threw water on me, they're going to jail.
okay, but I got to tell you, we've been complaining about it for 3 weeks.
Have you been reporting it?
Well, the cops have been out here every single time. We explained to them what happened, and honestly, the cops usually be like, they've got a right to put water on the sidewalk.
Because they're not throwing it on you. They are putting it on the ground. And that's why the cops say they have a right to put it on the sidewalk. This is where the actual reality and Aaron's reality are two totally different things. And this is the problem with the people who want to take his word for it, that are putting themselves in danger. Cheryl is putting herself in tremendous danger, in my opinion, by number one, bonding him out. Number two, doing fundraisers for him while he's in jail. That's danger. Jen is putting herself in danger. Natalie's putting herself in danger by being on his channel, and running his channel while he's incarcerated. To do what? To tell people, that's a whole thing at the end. Why are they doing that? We'll get to that at the end. So the police's understanding right now is based on Aaron's lie, that the water was thrown violently towards him, which would be considered a battery, okay, and not poured onto the ground. But the cop has pointed out at this point that what Aaron did by throwing the chalk, which Aaron right there admitted that he threw it, we all saw that, is battery.
And we go, the problem isn't that they're putting water on the sidewalk. The problem is that they're throwing water towards us and our belongings and what we're doing on public property.
See, Aaron even says what's actually happening. They're throwing water towards us and our belongings and what we're doing on public property. So what?
And the cops haven't given a damn.
Because it's not a crime. It's not criminal activity to do a public service and wash the sidewalk.
And, but we haven't made a giant deal out of it either. We've been respectful, and they've been respectful, to be fair.
Oh, and they were respectful. Interesting.
So that's all I'm saying is, like, if you're saying both is a problem, then I agree. I could totally acknowledge that. But no one's making them stop with the water.
Yeah, no, the other officer's going to go in there and be like, hey, like...
No one's making them stop pouring water onto a sidewalk.
Okay.
You can't throw water on these people.
Okay, that's fair. I mean,
regardless of what your position is,
yeah.
Both sides.
Okay,
don't agree
I mean,
with
that's
what-
fair.
No, I'm not supporting anybody.
yeah.
They can't throw water on you. Now, if they want to
Now listen to the cop carefully. They can't throw water on you.
throw water on the sidewalk, that's fine. But if it
If they want to throw water on the sidewalk, that's fine.
hits you, that's their
But if it hits you,
problem. They
that's their problem.
put it on you.
Sure.
They threw it on you. Okay? But if they pour water on the sidewalk and it goes as far as you, that's not throwing it on you.
So you were correct to assume people can't throw water on you.
And they can't. No one can walk up to you and be like, "Psh." That's battery.
Okay.
But you also can't throw chalk powder on people.
You also can't throw chalk in their direction. What does Aaron say to that?
I understand.
Even though it's weightless and it does almost nothing,
I understand.
it's still a battery.
So, like,
Even though it's weightless and it does almost nothing, it's still battery. Aaron says, I understand. So at that moment, everyone who is like, free Aaron, should know that a crime was committed. The cop explains it to him, that it's battery. This is not a nothing burger, guys. This is not nothing. It's a crime. Battery is a crime. The cop is explaining to him how it's battery. Aaron says, I understand.
I won't argue. What you're saying. the common senseness of what you're saying is to me common sense. Okay.
Okay.
Last week, when they built a giant plywood barrier covering half of this,
Yeah, I saw it.
it was said to the officer by one of the other protesters that is obviously a public safety hazard.
Okay. So they built some weird thing. An officer who was called out was like, that's obviously a public safety hazard. What happened?
And someone could get hurt tripping on that. And what the officer said was, then I guess you shouldn't go over there.
Yeah. Did you file a report? Is it a crime to build a weird thing and put it on your property? I don't know. You have to look it up in Florida. I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, whatever. Okay, so then we're out here, obviously
Hey, what's up?
using powdered chalk, spray chalk, and they want to come out on public property to where we are to confront us. And then when they get chalk on them, it's, oh, look what happened to us.
When they get chalk on them, I don't think that gentleman, fake Space Navy member would have had any chalk on him if Aaron hadn't run up to him and put the chalk on him. That's what I observed.
When it's like we were told last week, well, then stay away from the thing that might pose a danger. They don't have to come out here and confront us. That's all I'm saying. I'm not arguing with what you're saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, now Aaron's got 2 cops with him.
I'm just saying that.
Well, anyway, since you're here,
Yes, they want to press charges.
Right.
So now the other cop has come out of the building and said they want to press charges. They want to press charges, meaning Scientology. Now let's see what happens.
Oh, you're the same guy who arrested Erica.
So now Aaron's going to be combative with the officer who just spoke with Scientology, who got their statement and they want to press charges. Aaron's first reaction isn't, wait, I'm sorry, they're pressing charges against me? Oh, I'd like a lawyer. Now he's going to be combative to the officer who arrested Erica. This was a few nights before Erica was out protesting by herself, crossing the street, and she refused to identify herself to apparently that officer. And yeah. But also, Aaron, if somebody refused to identify themselves to an officer of the law, why would you give them her first name?
Hey,
He didn't arrest her.
he was there.
I
Well,
was there. I didn't arrest her.
So now he's arguing with both the guys. And they're like, I didn't arrest her.
yeah. So then I'm going to press charges on the water since you said that both of them is
Okay, so now Aaron says he wants to press charges about the water.
a problem. So I'd like to press charges on the water.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So essentially, like what we were talking about is I'm gonna write a report about it. Basically, I have to ask for your identification. If you don't want to give it, you can verbally give it to me.
I mean, I don't
just
have it on me, but
I just don't want like them to have your personal information if you're live streaming or something.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I can just write it down or whatever. But
Yeah, Aaron, for some reason, I don't understand. He drove himself to a public place and he doesn't have his identification on him. As far as I know, in the state of Florida, you have to have your driver's license with you when you're driving. That's pretty much the rule in every state. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if you don't need your driver's license with you when you're driving places. But somehow he doesn't have any identification with him.
but yeah, I mean, if you're saying they're not allowed to throw water on us, good. Then I'm pressing charges on them.
Okay, so Aaron's declaring that he's going to press charges for water being thrown on him.
So there we
And
go.
like we talked about before, is
Hold on.
I'm just gonna refer it to the state.
Okay, he's going to refer this to the state. They're not going to deal with it. He says right here, the cop, I'm just going to refer this to the state.
Because ultimately, you obviously have a right to be here to protest.
So who's referring my complaint about the water to the state?
Okay, so Aaron knew right there that the charges that they're going to press are going to go to the state. So he asks the question.
No, that's gonna be in the same report.
Okay.
He left it in his car? Okay. I wouldn't. It just as somebody who used to work in identity theft recovery, don't leave your ID in your car.
Essentially, I'm gonna write it up like a mutual thing.
Okay, so he says, I'm going to write it up like a mutual thing. Hang on.
Got it. Okay, works for me.
So it'll both be in there, and obviously.
What are you looking for? No,
So it'll both be in there.
phone number. Name, phone number, what?
Do you want me to write it so I can read it?
Yeah.
AARON.
Yep.
Hyphenated, right?
Yeah.
Is your current address on your driver's license?
Yes.
Okay. What's your birthday?
We're going to mute that and take the captions off. We're just going to mute this segment here where he's giving out his personal information. Okay. Not getting dinged for that.
5694.
Still giving out his personal info.
Yeah.
But he gave that all out on a live stream, guys. I've just muted it. It's still there.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So, Aaron, do you have any questions about like what's happening?
I mean, I don't understand anything about what's happening, so I don't even know what.
Now, is audio cut out here for some reason?
I don't think so.
Technically, you're going to be listed as a suspect in a battery.
That's okay.
You're going to be listed as a suspect in a battery.
So,
Yeah.
I'll get you a little pamphlet with the report number on it, my name.
Good. So is he listed as a suspect in a battery as well?
Yeah, it'll be both suspects.
Works for me.
Okay, so they're both. He just tells him. Now, please also remember, guys, please also remember, legally, the police can lie to you at any time during an investigation. The moment that officer put his body cam back on, this is an active police investigation. Nothing that officer says has to be true. But he just got Aaron to admit on camera that he threw that chalk, that he acknowledges that it's a battery to do that. During a police investigation, the second the police arrive and they say, even if they're joking with you, okay, I'm here to investigate an alleged battery. You ask, are you investigating me? Am I under investigation? If the answer to that is yes, then you say, I want a lawyer, and you stop talking. Whether you are guilty or innocent, you say, I want a lawyer, and you stop talking. You say nothing. You say nothing. Okay, let's go back to this here.
Would they? I'll ask them independently, but they're witnesses, so if they want to be included, they can.
So now, all these other people he's just said are witnesses. I'm trying to put the captions back on here. There we go.
Yeah, whatever.
And if they want to be included, they can. And Aaron's like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. Still not asking for a lawyer.
Whatever they want.
Just curious though, how long are you guys gonna be out here?
I think we're done. Yeah.
So now they're done. The cop wants to know something else.
Was that you're moving? Is that not the case?
Rumor was that you're moving. Somehow the police know a lot about Aaron. Have you ever been asked by a police officer, hey, I heard you're moving, and not thought, what the fuck? How the fuck do you know that?
Moving?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay. I got sad when I heard it. I was like, oh.
I'm not moving.
That wasn't a real question. That was a test to see if Aaron's a flight risk. God.
I mean, I can if you want to. I don't mind.
It's fine. I just don't want you to get your first information while you're live streaming.
Yeah.
Here, I'll take it.
I was gonna say.
So now Aaron's taking his camera back because Jamie is giving his
Hey,
personal
even
information
Steven,
to the cops.
I'll take it. A complaint against me, a complaint against the Sea Org member. It's being written up as a mutual battery, him battering me with water and me battering him with chalk.
Okay, so the cop said, I'm going to write it up as a mutual. It'll be written up as a mutual thing. Now, he didn't say that means there's no charges against anyone, that there won't be that you won't have to go to, court to sort this. Doesn't mean it cancels it out. So Aaron's repeating this as if this is absolutely what's going to happen. Nothing else is happening. As if he knows the law.
And then it gets referred to the state, I guess.
Yeah, that's called the state attorney's office. And then that's who presses charges.
I mean, you want to take any wagers on whether any prosecutor or judge or however it works is going to take up a case of water and chalk? Is this Joe?
The answer is yes. The answer is abso-fucking-lutely. There is a prosecutor who's going to take it up because they did.
Joey, it's been a long time. I'm gross. You don't want to touch me, but I know. Okay, good to see you. I would say the experiment is a success. Oh, you out of here? Okay, I'm nasty.
No, I'm not leaving yet.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, if the result of today's experiment is Scientology is not allowed to throw water on us out here anymore.
They never threw water on you. They poured water on the sidewalk, which is all the tapes they're showing them. Because now at this point, the cop told Aaron, I'm writing this up as a mutual. So that means they have to go into the Scientology side and be like, hey, you guys are throwing water on Aaron. We're just going to write this up as like mutual battery here. At which point, Scientology is going to pull out all their videos of the water. And that changes things.
Mission accomplished, guys. Mission mother effing accomplished.
So Aaron's celebrating right now. He thinks that he won. He's the winner.
Okay, let me see. Am I packing everything up here? Would you mind?
And it was an experiment.
Here, I'll point it the other way. Would you mind just holding my phone for a few moments? Sure. Just like that. Thank you so much.
I think he handed it to Joey, but I'm not sure.
You know, I got to tell you, Cheryl, he's saying.
Okay, so now Aaron is again going to make the story that has been repeated over and over and over again to his main confidant, Feral Cheryl.
That it is a battery for them to throw water on us.
Well, then
That's a fact. It is a battery for them to throw water on you if it's actually being thrown onto you, not on the ground toward you. So what does Cheryl say?
I want to write a report.
So Cheryl says, I want to write a report. Did Cheryl ever file a police report?
They got more on my Birkenstocks.
They got it on her shoes, guys, because she stood in the path of the water.
Let's. I would recommend going to talk to him and say I want to file a separate report.
Okay, so now Cheryl's going to go tell him she wants to file a report about her Birkenstocks. It's a Germanic crime. If you're Birkenstockens, get vet. Okay, so she came right back. Aaron's got the chalk again. What are we going to do with the chalk, Aaron? We're just going to put it in a big pile on the ground. There's more of the chalk there.
Suck on that, you little weasels.
Interesting choice of words from Aaron. Suck on that, you little weasels. Okay.
Aaron, you didn't give them your phone number, did you?
Jamie, why? Why are you asking? Yes, the police have my phone number.
Now he's just mad at Jamie. For no reason.
It's totally okay. Yeah.
Okay, here's the cop. Again.
Here, I've got a bag over here. That's dry.
So this is,
my hands will
I
mess
don't
it
know
up.
what he's handing him.
just to explain it. Name, it kind of faded, but badge number, this is the report number.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is this is all real time, guys. Okay, so that's the officer's information and the initial report number.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ma'am, did you want to give me your?
Thank you, Liz. So now Cheryl's trying to show a video. Okay, Jamie's going to record this.
Jamie, can you hold Cheryl's phone if she needs it?
Oh, Joey's got Aaron's phone. So he takes Cheryl's phone way over there. And let's go to Cheryl's. Now let's put it back on normal speed. And we'll have to go a bit just to see if the audio of her talking to the cop came in. I think it's here.
So I saw with the buckets and everything, what happened since I've been driving here? Well, they came out with their big things of water, and see that thing of powder he's got in his hand? Yeah. It's just cornstarch with coloring in it. Right. Well, you know, we're just celebrating, and one of the guys got some on him, and he
We're celebrating. And one of the guys got some on him. What?
it's an assault. Apparently, he was assaulted with cornstarch. So, and we're not assaulted with water. Well, that's what I was telling the gentleman. Like, they came out first and assaulted us with water. Yeah. And we're just celebrating out here.
We're just celebrating.
Yeah. So he's looking it up right now. Yeah.
That's not what happened. So that's okay. That's when Aaron was showing the cop his video. That's Aaron sprinkling it.
Suppressive person. That's what they call someone who's in Scientology and gets kicked out. Someone who doesn't believe in it, or someone who puts up. It's a cult. We're an SP.
So the
Yeah,
cops
we
never
an
left.
SP. My dad.
Okay. So we'll go back to this here in a second. So then Aaron goes to change. I don't know where he changed, probably in his car. Okay.
Just so you're aware of what's happening.
What?
The guy with the chalk.
Okay. So now, here we go. Breaking news.
Just so you're aware of what's happening.
What?
The guy with the chalk powder is alleging that he's going into respiratory distress.
Ambulances, the sirens you hear in the background are ambulances coming. The cop tells Aaron that the person who got the chalk on them is going into respiratory distress. And that's his immediate reaction, is cackling.
The guy with the chalk powder is claiming respiratory distress? Oh, that's so cute.
That's so cute.
So we're.
I don't think this cop up here up front, I don't think he's impressed with Aaron's reaction to that.
So we're gonna be here until the fire department leaves. You guys don't obviously have to stop protesting. Do your thing.
So the other cop is telling him, you guys can keep protesting. We have to stay now till the fire department leaves. They don't.
We're just here.
Now I've got athletes.
Well, no, I mean, we're done protesting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're done.
So there's the fire truck. Here comes the ambulance.
Now Scientology wants to call an EMS. They should do it on all the.
He says he's going to respiratory distress from the chalk powder.
They should call it on all the people.
Check this out. Put the camera on me, Jamie. Jamie, camera on me. Yeah.
Oh, Jamie. How do you have the camera on him when you're walking over there?
You guys ever seen anyone go into respiratory distress from chalk?
So now he's going to go talk to Scientologists that are going on course.
God bless. May God be with him. May God be with him.
He literally tried to talk to the EMS to ask, have you ever seen anybody go into respiratory distress because of chalk? First of all, that's absolutely possible. And then he said a sarcastic, in my opinion, God bless.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Just marching around, picking up his stuff.
Okay, what's coming with me and what's going with you?
Now Scientology wants to go.
Now he's got to divvy up all of the props for the protest between him and Cheryl.
I think the first thing I'm going to put in the car is the heavy water barriers. And I need the phone close to the car to open the trunk. So can you follow
Yeah, because it's a Tesla.
me? Thank you.
Yeah, can you come with me so I can open my fancy car?
Hold on, get all this. Get all this. Get all this.
Make sure you get the whole scene. There's the ambulance. There's a fire truck. They are bringing a gurney for the gentleman. Make sure you get it.
Yeah. I mean, the phone over there is recording.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea because let's face it, is it chalk or cornstarch? And they should have taken the bag, but Aaron dumped the bag onto the street and then threw the bag away. And let's face it, if you're buying something off of Amazon that's claiming to be cornstarch, you have no idea what's actually in there. None. So unless you're making your own colored cornstarch or your own colored chalk, you don't know what the contents of that is. Like, let's be real. Yeah. How many of us have almost died inhaling powdered sugar off a donut or a beignet or baking? Like, give me a break.
Claiming Marcy's Law, so I can redact all of your personal information in the report.
Sure.
Okay. So now he's going to read to him Marcy's Law so he can redact his personal information.
Okay.
So if they do a public records request, they can't get your phone number and your address.
I got it. Okay.
So if anybody does, if Scientology does a public records request or anybody, they can't get his phone number.
Oh, shit.
Now, those water barriers are full of water. They should be wrung out before placing them in a bag. They are meant to absorb water. Please wring them out. Yeah, those are fucking heavy. He's just
Okay.
lifted like a couple 100 pounds. That's
Just
real
follow me,
stupid.
please.
It's going to fuck his back.
Such a bunch of ridiculousness.
Yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Aaron, wring those
That's what I'm
out.
talking about. You know what? I might have to leave these here.
So he's just going to
Oh, you know what? I actually have a second bag. I just realized I have a second bag.
So he bought water barriers to soak up the water. Those are normally things you put like on a tennis court or something to keep the court from getting soaked. Yeah.
What do you mean once more? Oh, because he's going to test it.
Oh. So they're going to take the chalk off the ground. They're taking a sample.
Okay, I'm just realizing. Can you follow me with the thing for a sec?
Is this where the powder was?
No.
Do you have like the bag so I can prove that it's not like a toxic chemical?
Sure.
So the cop asks, do you have the bag so I can prove it's not a toxic chemical? It's not for him to prove that. Again, this cop is very good. So Aaron goes back to fetch the evidence.
It's Holly Powder from hollypowder.com.
Hollypowder.com.
Is there like a manufacturer label?
He wants to know the manufacturer. Where's the manufacturer label? Because that's just a blank bag, bitch.
With it or like where you bought it from?
Well, people actually send it to me, but
Now there's other people involved. Because Aaron didn't purchase it himself.
it's just Holly Powder. I don't know what to say. There's no, because Holly Powder is just cornstarch. So there's no there's no.
So he's explaining what it is, but that doesn't prove what's actually in that bag. And you're correct, Larky. EMS needs to know what the person inhaled for treatment purposes.
It's not for consumption, so there's no ingredients.
Yeah, I just wanted to have some type of like a manufacturer label.
No, I hear you. Can you just follow me real quick, please? Thank you.
So
Because I brought a fresh trash bag for all these.
it's not the
Water
trash
dams.
bag's problem. You have to wring those out. So Aaron's going to go to his
Respiratory
swastika.
distress from cornstarch. It's
But
amazing.
the phone has to be in the vicinity
okay.
for him to
Bada
open.
bang, we got a heavy duty. Got a
'Cause
heavy
that's
duty
the
bad
key.
boy right here.
Heavy duty one is it?
Jamie, can you help me with the bag one more time, please, sir? I got a new bag.
It's not the bag's problem. It's too much weight for any trash bag.
Yeah, I thought you said Cornstar. I was like, what the heck?
So, if
Here
you
we
can
go.
hold it like this,
Yeah.
thank
They already
you so
ripped
much.
the bag. Aaron, you have to squeeze those out. Squeeze them out.
Okay.
Squeeze it out.
Heck yeah. Now, I'm going to take that bag and I'm going to put it in this bag.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to double bag it.
I don't remember. Here, maybe you can help
Double
me
bag
shove
it
in
to
there.
prevent pregnancy.
See what you're saying. There we go.
It's a lot of grunting.
And then maybe you can help me because my hands are all slippery.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Aubrey, for being here. Your cousin is an EMT. This is absolutely true. You have to know the ingredients of what was ingested. Yes. Yes. Yes.
We
Oh,
just-
shit. Yeah, this got a little bit of weight.
it's heavy as hell.
You need to wring them out.
Where's this going to your car?
Yeah. You need help?
I think so.
Okay. Here.
Better than
I'll hold this side. You help grab the bottom. Thank you so much.
Yeah. It's you have
This
to
was
wring
easier on
those
the way
out.
here because the water barriers had less water in them.
Yeah. They poured water.
We look like Santa Claus in the hell.
Yes.
This is very true.
Okay, I need the chalk bag. Oh, here he comes. Follow me, follow me, follow me.
Oh,
Follow me.
Now
Follow me.
the guy who's leaving the building in respiratory distress on a gurney towards an ambulance. Aaron is running, sprinting towards the person on a gurney.
Yes. Hey, guys. Hey, buddy.
Goes right up to the Sea Org member. Doesn't go up to the police. Goes right up to the Sea Org member. There he is, getting taken away.
I have a
Cheryl's telling him to leave, that he can make more money.
half a District 2 run today, so I'll step over there to come out the there. That's the only reason. I'm normally on the other side of town, but we're short-staffed, so I'm listening.
So this is a supervisor who's come in. District supervisor. Aaron is laughing.
To the half the city doing this over here, well, yes. I'll step right over there.
How embarrassing is it when he found out it was just cornstarch, huh?
So now Aaron thinks that he's like part of the team. That he's on Team Cop.
Respiratory distress from cornstarch. That's pretty funny, isn't it?
Why is that funny?
Hey, if you know anyone wanting to escape from
So he's talking, he's walking, not 6 feet apart. He's basically could be holding hands with that gentleman right now. Aaron's not talking to the police right now. He decided to escort this Sea Org member all the way back to the building.
Scientology or the Sea Org,
And there's Jamie running behind him,
just have them reach out at contact@thesptvfoundation.org,
right? Because make sure you don't call the phone number because Aaron doesn't want to pick it up.
and we'll help them escape.
Look at
Spread
him.
the word.
Right up to the stairs.
Hey, now you want to call the EMS. You know you should have called it off.
So now Jamie's yelling about Lisa McPherson, which is true. And Aaron did that in the view of the police. They all watched him do it. Aubrey, I don't know. If the person's allergic to cornstarch, I don't know what that could be charged as. I have no idea. Aaron's just throwing more stuff away.
Okay, this
the
box is actually
used
really
little
light.
chalky rollers.
Okay. Is there anything else we're forgetting?
They're cleaning up all their supplies. Aaron's taking it back to his Tesla, which he... This is Clearwater, baby. You just leave your car open, whatever. Now this was a protest they did not on a Friday, on a weekday. It was an experiment. Okay.
The police don't seem particularly impressed with the theatrics of...
Aaron thinks right here that the police think that it's theatrics that the man got taken away in an ambulance for respiratory distress.
What did he say? Did he say cardiac? What did he say? Respiratory distress? Yeah.
Asthmatic. That's nonsense.
This is a powder that's used in children's recreational runs.
You know how many people? India is the country with the most people on the planet. It would kill most of bloody India because that's what they do every spring.
So now we're going to talk about the actual celebration of Holi. Holi. I don't know how you pronounce it. Please forgive me, people from India who celebrate that.
No.
Okay.
Throw that shit at each other.
I know.
So ridiculous.
Okay.
Aaron.
Yo.
Oh.
So Aaron took his mic off. It's on his hat.
Let me just change my shirt real quick. You don't have to point the camera at me.
Yeah, we don't need to see that. So Aaron's changing his shirt. Okay. We're going to go here. We're walking. There's the ambulance is still there. Okay, they're working on him in the rig. Yes, I do know, Ozzy. The other one's not monetized. I'm just trying to, because some people don't watch me over here on one, but they watch me on the other. I'm just trying to give you all the same information. Okay, there goes the ambulance. They're taking him away. No, guys, they went lights and sirens. Oh, no, that wasn't his ambulance, so that's a different one. Just kidding. Okay. So here comes Aaron.
No. I got him.
So don't forget, we had the district supervisor show up. And he said he was taking the statement from Scientology and looking at things. Aaron just finished cleaning up, went to his car.
I got him.
These
Okay.
suck, though, but yeah.
Awesome. All right, hey, thank you for coming out.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Let me say bye to the others.
Aaron's just going to go say his goodbyes to all the people who
All
came
right, let me
out and
just say bye.
protested with him.
Bye, Joe. I'm got a dry shirt on now.
Yeah.
Okay, now he can give
Bye,
hugs.
Cheryl. You're live.
Okay, bye. See you later. That
Yep, Cheryl's live still. Okay.
was fun.
See you, Jamie. Thanks for your help as always.
Yeah.
All right.
Talking to the cops now, but
Yeah, that's okay.
So Jamie's letting him know that Scientology's talking to the cops. And Aaron's like, what ups?
Okay, guys. Some unexpected excitement, that's for sure.
Yep.
But something tells me they won't be pouring water on us anymore.
No one poured water onto you directly.
All right, guys. See you soon.
Okay, so that's the end of that stream. Now, on his channel, this is Natalie just did this while I was here. This was the live that they did. Is Scientology versus jail, which is worse? Aaron is quoted as saying that the conditions inside the jail is better than the Sea Org. I have to go back to the live. Okay, so we'll go all the way back. We got to go 3 months ago. Aaron does a lot of content. He does a lot more than me. I should, work on that. Bop, 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 bop. Gotta keep going. It's a lot of stuff. Okay, that's August. Gotta go back. Okay. So then he ended that live stream and then did another one called Detained.
Us,
Okay.
us, specifically me, to stay.
So he was trying to leave. He thought everything's done. Mutual charges. So he was asked to stay by the police.
I'm being detained as a suspect in a battery.
This is his reaction.
The Sea Org member who was wearing a mask over his face when he came out and encountered a cornstarch chalk.
He encountered it? He encountered it as if it's like a like a ghost, a chalk ghost that was just there hovering. And he was like, "Oh, it's a chalk ghost. I would love to see. I'm going to go through it." He encountered. No, that's not. Please.
Cloud. Am I public? I don't know if I'm public.
Oh no, I don't know how to YouTube right now.
Pretty sure I was. Yeah. Does anyone have a phone? Can anyone pull up my stream and see? Okay.
You're live.
Okay, it looks like I'm public.
It's not live.
So not only was the Sea Org member who came out and encountered a cloud.
He didn't encounter it. You threw it on him.
Out of cornstarch chalk. Not only was the Sea Org member wearing a mask when he came outside.
And it has been scientifically proven that the single ply, mask that you buy in bulk, certain particulates can get through that. Okay.
But then he declared that he was in respiratory distress.
That's correct. And they called an ambulance, which they should.
And they wheeled the Sea Org member out of the building on a, what do they call it?
On a stretcher.
On a gurney.
Stretcher into the ambulance to be taken to the hospital. By the way, still wearing his mask. Okay, so.
Because you guys are medical professionals, right?
So Cheryl, I guess, is saying if someone is in.
And here we go. This is where Cheryl became a main part of it.
Respiratory distress.
She's laughing.
They do not wear a mask over their nose and mouth.
You would fight to take it off. That's just a natural survival instinct. You would fight to take
Cheryl's a pulmonologist, in case you guys didn't know. She is not.
it off.
Yes.
You wouldn't be wearing one if you can't breathe.
And what's interesting is that they didn't call an ambulance for Lisa McPherson.
No.
But
No, we know they didn't. We know they didn't. How is this dissection anyway possible going to positively affect future protests? I think it will affect future protests positively because maybe people will learn, A, don't do illegal things because as the cop explained, not me, throwing chalk on someone is battery. Throwing things on another person is battery. Okay, so yes, I hope that my in-depth analysis of this moment goes to all future protesters to understand, do not throw things on other people. That's battery. Okay, let's go back to the sharesies. Like that's the whole point here. This protest is supposed to be about Scientology.
they called an ambulance for the Sea Org member who walked through a cornstarch cloud of.
Did not walk through it. It was thrown onto him. Still at no point is Aaron telling the truth. Except for when he talked to the cop and said, yes, I did throw it on him.
Of holly powder.
And Matthew Moss.
In COPD, and I'm standing right here.
So I don't know who that is off camera, but she says she has COPD and she's standing right here. And now Cheryl's going to give an antidote.
Yes.
COPD and
Cheryl also, this is news. She also has COPD. Let's just see something here. COPD. Okay. Is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Okay. It's a group of progressive lung diseases that make breathing difficult by obstructing airflow, with the most common types being emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Symptoms include shortness of breath, chronic cough, and wheezing. And it is primarily caused by long-term exposure to irritants like tobacco smoke. While there is no cure, treatment options like quitting smoking, inhalers, pulmonary rehabilitation, and other lifestyle changes can help manage symptoms and slow the disease progression. Shortness of breath, especially during physical activity, chronic cough, which may be worse in the mornings and can produce mucus, wheezing, chest tightness, frequent respiratory infections like colds and the flu. Okay? It can be, if it gets real bad, you need a lung transplant. Okay? You can have a flare up because of a cold or poor air quality. Symptoms can include more severe shortness of breath. Okay, that's COPD. Now let's look at this here. Respiratory distress is difficulty breathing, which can be life-threatening and is indicated by symptoms like fast, shallow breathing, wheezing, and bluish skin tone. A severe form, such as acute respiratory distress syndrome, involves lung inflammation and fluid buildup, leading to impaired oxygen transfer to the blood. Treatment for acute cases involves oxygen therapy and potentially a mechanical ventilator, while also addressing the underlying cause. If you or someone you are with experiences sudden and severe shortness of breath, seek immediate medical attention by calling 911. Okay? Breathing pattern, fast, shallow, or rapid and noisy breathing. Use of neck and intercostal muscles to breathe. So like up here, you're like, trying to get it in. Leaning forward to breathe or a change in body posture. Skin color, pale or bluish skin, especially around the lips and nail beds. Okay? Other signs, grunting, nasal flaring, sweating, especially on the head, but with cool skin and changes in mental status or mood. Okay? It can be caused by a direct lung injury. Pneumonia, aspiration, inhalation lung injury, and chest trauma are direct causes of that. Okay? Sepsis, shock, pancreatitis, and severe burns, that can also cause it. COVID-19 has been a significant cause of this syndrome. In newborns, deficiency of surfactant in the lungs is a common cause of respiratory distress syndrome. Okay? Seek immediate or emergency care for sudden severe respiratory distress, chest pain, or blue lips. Okay? So nothing they did was wrong. If the medical guys got there and saw signs of actual respiratory distress, they're going to put him in the back. They're going to take him. If they didn't see that, they wouldn't have put him in the back of the ambulance. Okay? They wouldn't have put him in the back of the ambulance. Okay?
It didn't affect me.
That's right.
Cheryl, you weren't standing right there. You weren't anywhere near the chalk. It wasn't in your face.
Yeah, the chalk doesn't give any of us respiratory distress
No. It didn't give you respiratory distress, Aaron.
because it's not chalk, it's cornstarch.
Which could also give someone respiratory distress. Google Holly powder and see if it can be dangerous. Okay, let's go here. I'm Googling Holly powder safety. Holly powder is generally safe when used responsibly, but precautions are necessary to prevent eye damage, respiratory issues, and skin irritation. To ensure safety, use non-toxic powders from reputable sources. Protect your eyes with sunglasses or goggles. Cover your mouth and nose with a mask. Wear protective clothing like long sleeve shirts and pants to avoid inhaling the dust. Cover your lungs. Wear a face mask to avoid inhaling the powder, which can be harmful, especially for those with respiratory issues. Avoid rough play. Throw powder gently. And avoid aggressive, rough play to prevent it from getting into people's eyes and airways. Yeah. There you go.
It doesn't cause the children respiratory distress.
No.
Because it's used differently. No one's throwing half a bag at the children as they're running by.
They can keep running.
But apparently this full-grown, healthy, adult, male, combat age Sea Org member, man, that cornstarch just went right to the lungs.
We'll take you right down.
Right to the lungs.
Right down.
Yeah. So anyway, let me show you guys our beautiful art.
With a niacin.
Yeah, by the way,
even though they came out with about 1,000 gallons of water, it couldn't.
So because of the water barriers, the word Colt is still standing.
Couldn't get rid of our beautiful
And it wasn't, first it was 500 gallons. Now it's 1,000.
chalk work. Family matters.
That's a positive message.
Cult. Oh, and to be clear, the officer said he's basically writing it up as just a double battery.
Okay. So again, this is where this story comes from. The officer said, my report is going to show that it was mutual. Doesn't mean you're not being charged with battery. Doesn't mean the other person's not being charged with battery. Doesn't even mean that's how he's going to write it up. But Aaron's saying it as a fact here. Before anything is written up.
Battered me with water, I battered him with chalk, and then he refers it to the whatever. Now over here, what you have is executives from the.
If something happens, guys, and you don't do like I said earlier and immediately ask for a lawyer. If then the cops say you are being detained and we need to wait, and there are 3 cop cars there and a supervisor, ask for a lawyer.
Office of Special Affairs trying to get the cops to arrest me tonight.
There's no Sea Org members out there.
I'm not sure.
And it may be Office of Special Affairs because they have to deal with any legal situation. And now that the cops are on the scene and charges are being pressed, it is a legal situation.
Sure if this is Ben Shaw or one of the other goons in the Office of Special Affairs.
Mm-hmm.
But is it Ben Shaw? Let's see. Let's see who it is, fella.
He doesn't ask the cop. He just wants to zoom in on the building.
Who's that?
2 Sea Org members came out.
I actually don't know what Ben Shaw looks like, so.
That's terrible advice, Nylon Strings. Always ask for a lawyer. Do not, you say to the cops, am I being detained? Am I under investigation? Am I free to go? If they say you're free to go, you get the fuck out of there and you don't talk to them. Okay? Do not ever talk to the police about anything. Anything. And if they say, well, we just want to ask you a few questions, and you say, well, I'll direct you to my lawyer. That's it. Never, ever talk to the police without the presence of a lawyer.
Do you want him alone? Yeah.
Well, you hold it.
So now he hands the phone to, I think, Jamie or Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl's got it. She turns the camera off.
Oh, shit. Can you... What happened?
She doesn't even know that she turned it off.
Sorry, mate.
I'm sorry, guys.
Now Aaron has to come back to Cheryl because the camera's off.
Oh, the camera turned off. Okay, just you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just hold it. So now Aaron's just going to walk back over to the police here. He says, am I being arrested? That's what he asked the cop. Am I being arrested? Are my captions on? What's going on here? No. Let's put those back on. Am I being arrested? One guy says no.
Am I I being arrested though?
You're being detained right now.
Says you're being detained right now.
I'm going to show you this video if you want a private person.
So then he says, I'm going to show you this video. If you want to, like, private person,
The statement as far as the criminal.
the statement as far as
I'm
criminal.
actually just asking.
This
So now the cop is going to show Aaron a video.
is the same stuff, and there's no warnings. Uh-oh, hold on.
This is where we're going to difference. When they're throwing the water to the side, you walk into the bathroom.
Right there, the cop explains to him exactly what we saw. When they're throwing the water to the side, you walk into the path of the water. Now look at Aaron's face.
And then you throw the chalk.
And then you throw the chalk on him.
So
What does Aaron say right there? Okay. Okay.
as of right now, yes, you are. I'm being.
So now, after he showed him, the video, did Aaron say, I want a lawyer? Did Aaron say no? He says, okay. Now he says, as of right now, you are. As of right this minute. Because I showed you the video. You said okay. Now Aaron's upset.
Arrested right now?
So Aaron turns around, not resisting. Good job on that.
Okay.
Can you guys just give us some space, please? You guys can
So now the cop is telling Cheryl to
Do you
move
have
back.
Heather's phone number?
He immediately says, do you have Heather's phone number? The cop is cuffing him.
Yeah.
You have Heather's
Oh, no,
phone
no, I don't have Heather's.
Can I please let me get Heather's phone number? Hey, you want to make your phone number?
Is he going to need bail?
So he tells him, the cop is very cool at this moment. He says, you can make a phone call. It's not a problem. Like, we'll get you your phone. You can make a phone call. Cheryl says, is he going to need bail? Now Aaron's looking at Jamie. I don't know who else he's looking at.
Well, am I going to be in jail overnight?
So now he asks if he's going to be in jail overnight.
So you are being arrested for felony.
So he says, you are being arrested for a felony. This is the big moment for Aaron.
Felony.
So at that moment, they were, because the Sea Org member went off in the ambulance, the district guy, and this is, it was like, it's now we're in felony territory. They were probably conferring with a bunch of people. Okay. That's what the cop told him at that time. But as we all know, looking at the arrest record, he was arrested for a misdemeanor. It somehow, it went from a felony in this moment to a misdemeanor.
I have bail money. So, no, we'll get you out.
And Cheryl's like, don't worry, we'll get you out.
No.
I need to know.
Now he's going to argue again.
If he needs phone numbers, bring his phone. He can make a phone call before they leave. Or get
So he's saying Aaron can make a phone call before they take him away in the squad car. Like, literally, you can bring his phone over to the car and he can make a call.
No. Keep streaming.
So the cop, let's just be clear. The cop tells Cheryl, you can bring his phone over and Aaron, can make a phone call before we leave. Aaron doesn't want to make the phone call. He doesn't want to call Heather. He wants the stream to stay live.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you get it out and I can type it?
So now he's talking to Jamie.
Phone number for you?
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me try to make sure this is.
Let me move over here real quick so he gives him
So can I have
Heather's number.
so cornstarch. Corn.
So he is still arguing with the police about cornstarch. He's in cuffs.
Cornstarch blowing in the wind.
Now it's just blowing in the wind. First it was he encountered it. Now it's just blowing in the wind. Even after he said to the cop said, you walked into the path of the water and then you threw the cornstarch on him. And Aaron said, yeah. Now he's going to, again, this is why I'm saying, guys, when we're repeating things that are not true, please make sure please make sure that we are repeating the truth. The truth is exactly what the cop said to Aaron. You walked into the path of the water and then you threw the cornstarch on him, which Aaron said, yeah. Not that, cornstarch magically appeared and he just, was drawn to it.
No physical contact directly made.
So Aaron thinks because he didn't put his hands on this guy, that it was just the cornstarch that touched him. It's not battery.
You are saying is a felony battery.
Okay. So Aaron is trying to plead his case to the cop. That's not who you plead the case to. The cop is just there to enforce the law.
No, it wasn't. It was not. You said I made physical contact with him.
So apparently the video that they showed from a different angle shows maybe some physical contact.
Physical contact. No.
He says, I'll show you the video. So it might be more than just the cornstarch.
Let's do one thing at a time.
Did not make physical contact, not from my angle.
Actually, you can see it better from your angle, Cheryl. Let's go back. Let's go back to Cheryl's video. Let's watch again.
Bill, let's get ready to park.
Oh!
This is Cheryl's video. We're going to go back to quarter speed. This is slow motion, guys. No one's drunk. I'm not a lawyer also, guys. Okay, the guy with the bucket, this is the guy who gets hit with the water later. So he comes out with his bucket. He stands there. I don't know what this was. Like, it's some weird coordinated event of, like, we're all throwing the water at certain times or something. But look, this is all going onto the... Look, guys, it's being poured onto the stairs, which, of course, then flows out onto the rest of the ground. Okay. And here comes the guy with the bucket. Here he comes. He's off screen. Cheryl's going to turn her camera here in about 1 second. There it goes. She's okay. So now this guy's got his hand on the bucket. And he sees Aaron, throws it over there. Aaron steps right into it. There's one. And there's two. Now I don't see physical. I don't see any physical contact right there. There's the bucket. Aaron steps into it. There's the first poof. Aaron's hand goes down. That guy's bucket. And then through more. Now, that hitting you might have felt like physical contact. But that's what the cop is saying in the other video. So let's go back here.
Say it out loud. I'm gonna
Okay, yeah, can you at least, okay, never mind. I was gonna...
Sorry, guys, he's going to give
So now he's giving Jamie Heather's phone number.
a phone number.
So Cheryl goes over here.
Ah,
Now she's realizing he's really going to jail.
damn it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Okay, now I come back. I don't know who this guy is in the yellow shirt here. That's Jamie.
Take the microphone.
It's a
Oh, I see
magnet.
what
The
you're
magnet's
saying. I
gonna
got it.
flow.
Look at how mad he is. He's just so furious with Jamie.
Magnets on the back.
I just gotta go in the search.
Why are you bleeding, dude?
Me? Oh, shit, I don't know. Am I?
Your shorts.
Oh, no, that's paint. That's paint.
Just pull it off. Just pull. It's a magnet.
trying.
Just pull it
yank
off.
it off my shirt.
Also, you're covered in sweat. It's probably like also like Oh, absolutely not pro Scientology, honey. I am pro people following the law. That's what I'm pro. Follow the law, especially when you're combating a multi-billion-dollar human child sex trafficking cult, okay?
We're gonna bring me the car and I'll come with you. I'll wait.
Okay.
So, Aaron's getting hauled off right there. And this cop is like walking them through it. Like, here's what's happening. Which cult harms children? Queen of Karma. Scientology? I'm well aware of that, honey. I was born into it and was harmed as a child by it. But when you go to protest that and you go to make that known to the world, you have to follow the law. Whether they are a bad place or person, you as a citizen have to follow the law. You don't get to break the law because somebody else is breaking the law. It's not the fucking purge, okay? That's not how this works. But we'll go over that in a second here.
Look at this. So get this straight. Him putting chalk on them was assault or whatever it was, but them putting water on us isn't.
But there's a difference because the water was on the ground and Aaron threw that right on that guy. So that's Aaron getting hauled off. Okay. That's Aaron getting hauled off. Yes, I am anti-Scientology. I am very anti-Scientology. I do not support Scientology. Yes, that is my point. And also, I was holding a party. Where have I held a party, Graham? What party? Good God. There's no party. I didn't have a party. I've never had a party. When I have a party, y'all will know. Y'all will know. Okay? So this is part of it, guys. So when these lies get repeated over and over and over again, okay? No, I was born into it. My parents both joined up in 1970 and 71. I was born in 76. So I was born a we come backer. Yeah, no, I get you. I get you, Queen of Karma. I get you. Here's the deal. There are no good and bad ex-Scientologists. Okay. Here we're going to we'll do a basic definition here. This is my personal opinion. This is how I look at it. Okay. There are no good and bad ex-Scientologists. There are people who did crimes while they worked for the Church of Scientology. Okay. They were criminals like Mike Rinder. Okay. Who actively, covered up crimes like the Lisa McPherson murder that is coming up on the anniversary. Okay. Marty Rathbun, Claire, David Miscavige is a criminal. Lafayette Ronald Hubbard, criminal. Okay. Now, when people leave, they have the opportunity to do something different. But even if they do something different outside of Scientology, it doesn't absolve you of the crimes that you did that you have not been held legally accountable for or even apologized for in the now times. Just because you haven't been caught and charged doesn't make you less of a criminal. Okay? So Aaron was not arrested because Scientology overstepped the law. The law is clear. If you throw things onto another person, that is battery. Period. The end. It doesn't matter if I'm a former Scientologist and that person's a Scientologist and they ruined my whole fucking life and I have CPTSD and I'm, fucking trying to recover for that for the rest of my life. Okay? I still can't throw shit on them. That's just the rules. That's battery. Okay? I also cannot take one of them, lock them in a room, watch them for 24 hours a day, give them minimal food and no rest while interrogating them with ridiculous, grotesque questions to break them psychologically, even though that's what was done to me multiple times. Okay? Just because someone does a bad thing doesn't mean you get to do the bad. This is the shit we learn in kindergarten, guys. Okay? Okay? There's supposed to be like something in the Bible about it, like turn the other fucking cheek and shit. Okay? So just because Aaron grew up in Scientology, which is a fact, and that he was an indentured servant as a regular staff member at the age of 12, and then came and joined the fake Space Navy in his later years, okay, and left on his own free will after impregnating his wife, does not mean that he has carte blanche or the right to cause harm to any Scientologist. Okay? That's just facts. Okay? Mike Rinder covered up actionable crimes in the real world, not Scientological crimes, guys, actual crimes in the real world. Yet, an entire foundation is named after him. Now, as somebody who suffered at the hands of Mike Rinder during my time in Scientology, there is a 0% chance that I'm going to an organization called the Mike Rinder Aftermath Foundation for help. Okay? That is based on my personal experience. There are a lot of SEERG members, a lot of Scientologists who never knew who Mike Rinder was. So they may be totally unaware that a foundation is named after one of the largest criminals to exist in the Church of Scientology in their entire history. Okay? That's just facts. Now, people have a lot of opinions. Oh, he helped so many people. He did the foundation. He did the show with Leah. So fucking what? Go back and watch the show. Go back and rewatch those episodes and watch how Mike Rinder, the former head of the Office of Special Affairs, speaks about it as if it's something he was never a part of. He doesn't say what we did during these types of things is I would tell so-and-so to go do XYZ. He says, well, how OSA does things, how the Office of Special Affairs does things is they, as if it's detached from him, nothing to do with him, nothing. They would do XYZ. No, sir, you ordered people to do XYZ. Tell the whole truth. Tell the whole fucking truth. Okay? Now, did that show have a net positive effect on people who were sitting here under the radar, kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can ever leave. Should I go? Should I stay? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. Did that show help some people shit or get off the pot in terms of should they leave Scientology? Is it safe to do so? Yes. Why, though? Why did that show have that impact? Not because of Leah and not because of Mike, because of the people who didn't get paid to tell their stories, because of the people who got up, dusted themselves off, became the most vulnerable they ever had in their whole life, and told a raw truth about what Scientology did to them. Okay? That's not for Mike and Leah to get the accolades for. Those people didn't get to go up on stage and collect the Emmy. But guess who did? Aaron, Mark, Claire, and Mike. Why did they go on stage? They weren't the only people featured in the first season. Because they had started the Aftermath Foundation. Aaron and Luis Garcia started it, and then they roped Mike Rinder into it, and his wife, Christy, and Mark and Claire Headley, and Amy Scobie and Matt Pesh. Minus Mark Headley, Amy Scobie, Matt Pesh, Claire Headley, Mike Rinder, Scientology criminals. Scientology criminals who had actually done crimes. Matt Pesh used to run the slush fund for human trafficking sex crime victims around so that the perpetrators would be moved to another jurisdiction so they could not be held accountable or have charges pressed against them, and then send the victims to a punishment camp. Amy Scobie single-handedly ran one of the largest celebrity networks in Scientology and was responsible for punishing people. Claire Headley was trained to be a representative of David Miscavige and enforce his edicts. She was not a nice person. Okay? Like, these people are criminals. Mike Rinder ran the Stasi, the KGB, the Mossad of fucking Scientology. He's a criminal. He's dead, but he's still a criminal. Okay? This is what I'm saying. When we talk about Scientology, we talk about these things, we have to talk about facts. Okay? Aaron, as we witnessed on 2 videos, committed a crime. Whether you agree that it is a crime or not, per the statutes of Florida, you cannot throw something on someone else. Aaron admitted not once, twice in his own video that he did throw it. Okay? That is battery. Now, it's simple battery. Maximum charges for that. We've been over this 3 or 4 times. The maximum charges for simple battery in Florida are a year in jail, up to a year in jail, $1,000 fine, and 6 months of probation. Now, if Aaron had stopped protesting, let's just say on July 29th, he stopped protesting. Okay? He wouldn't be in jail right now. Why? Because there would be no second charge which violated his bail. Cheryl immediately went to where they took him, bailed him out, which was $1,000. She has lost that $1,000 now because his bond was revoked, which means the state keeps the money. That's mine now. Because technically, when you place a bond, that's your money guarantee that you're going to show up for your court date. And if Aaron had gone through this whole court date, okay, the whole proceedings, even if they went to trial and he was found not guilty, that $1,000 goes back to the person who paid the bond. Okay? That's how that works. Okay? No, I know that. I understand that, Queen of Karma. I'm not yelling. I get very loud. I do understand that. And it is confusing. And this is my point. Please tell the truth. Tell the truth about what happened. Now, Aaron did tell the truth twice in that video when speaking to the police officer. He told him once, yes, I did it. And yes, I did it again. Okay? But when you have an entire group of people, 3 of whom, well, actually 2 of whom are board members on his charity, okay? You have Natalie and Jenna repeating this lie, convincing the audience that Aaron has unjustly had his bond revoked when he was charged formally with another charge. Okay? That's how that works. You cannot commit any further, okay, any further crimes. You can't get a speeding ticket. Your bond would be revoked. You can't get a jaywalking ticket. Nothing. It doesn't matter the type of crime. You cannot. You're on probation. Go sit at home. Don't do nothing. Okay? You're supposed to remain squeaky clean when you're out on bond. He didn't do that. He was charged with another crime. Okay? Now, the second crime, I want to talk about that. And I'm going to put that one in air quotes. That one I'm going to put in air quotes. So Aaron goes and puts his body and his camera way too close, in my opinion, to the property line and Scientologists, and is talking to Pat Harney inside. Like, hey, Pat, blah, 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 whatever he's saying. There is somebody to his left, and there's the old man who comes out who starts slamming repeatedly the door on his foot. Okay? Now, when you listen to that footage, you can hear Aaron audibly scream, ow. Let's do this. I've shown you guys a whole bunch of other videos. Let's pull that one up. Okay. Now, this incident is classic Scientology. This incident is classic Scientology. I have explained multiple times how we were all, and I do mean all, drilled. We practiced doing the LeBron flop and creating incidents of battery so that we could charge people falsely, okay, with assault, with battery, so that they would stop protesting. We were trained how to do this. That's why I say the second incident, classic Scientology. Classic. So let's go there. Let me find this video here real quick. Because I think it's a month after. So let's go to live. I will show you guys what I'm doing. And if I'm correct that this is the incident that he got charged with, right? Let's go here. Talking about dead executives. That's not it. No. That's not it. Because it was like at the community party. Okay, so not here. That's where he goes. This is the guy who slammed the door on his foot. That's October 3rd. I've gone past it. Okay. Not Bonnie. It might be this one.
Don't belong in the space.
No, this is just a regular protest. Okay, so this shows the incident. So he went to, like, they were having a community thing, right? Let me go back here. I gotta put it on normal. And he decided to, like, go in and interview people, and all of that stuff. So here's the incident. So first he's talking.
That's kind of what we do out there, guys. Let's see. Let's jump to this women. He was found guilty in a court of law.
So he's talking to this guy, and he's trying to tell him about Danny Masterson. And then this is the security guard right here that I believe pressed charges for the second incident. Okay. So now let's go back. And this is the fair that he was at. He talked to this guy multiple times. Okay. Multiple times. So here, I think, is where we go into this thing.
The stairs? Yes. Well, just for the conversation.
So he tells him here, this other guy tells him you can't be on the stairs.
Step down. You're trespassing. On the stairs?
So he told him right there. This guy tells him you're trespassing.
Yes. Well, just for the conversation, I'll step off, but the property line gets at the door, and I think.
So now Aaron's explaining to him where the property line is.
I think you know that. Hey, Timu Louis C.K., you know the property line begins at the
So he has to call this guy Timu Louis C.K.
door, right? No, you know that, right?
He's laughing at his own. That's Aaron laughing at his own stream.
You do know that. Okay, so you can't tell me I'm trespassing if I'm not on the.
If it, Queen of Karma, here's the deal. If you want the shortcut to understand everything, just in terms of what Scientology is about, okay? I will give you a quick, like, what you should watch. Definitely go watch Going Clear. It does not tell you hardly anything about the children's stories, but it does tell you, like, the overall synopsis of Scientology and the abuse, okay? Definitely watch Leah Remini's series. Pay attention to the stories that are being told. That's the important part. Those are individual stories of crimes that happened. And then there are several very good books written by survivors to read. You could read Liz Gale's book, Confessions of a Scientology Pothead. It's not in my room. I can't remember. But read Liz Gale's book. Jenna Miscavige's book tells a good story. The Bad Cadet is a great one. And, of course, Jamie's Child X. Definitely go read those books. You will find out what it was like growing up inside of Scientology. Okay, there's way too many hours of video to like understand this. And everyone has their own opinion about, whether Mike Rinder was good and he should be forgiven, or whether Mike Rinder was bad and everybody should hate him. Regardless of either. Okay. You have to make that decision. I've made my decision on personally being at the receiving end of Mike Rinder in my Scientology career and out of my Scientology career, and based on his actions, not on anything else. So I'm really trying to understand or adopt, rather, in the new times, in the now times, judging people and groups based on their actions and not on words, So yeah, let's get into it here. So he's talking to this guy
Property line, that's a lie.
about the property line.
You know that. No, you know that. You know that. It's true. You know I'm right.
So then,
so how about you get out of my face?
so he
I'm not
tells
going
this
to
guy to
the
get
building. I'm
out
not
of
gonna
his
trespass.
face.
So don't escalate. De-escalate.
He's telling him not to escalate the situation.
Okay. I will not block the door.
So now there's all these other people there.
Okay, good. All
Oh,
right.
I can't
it
show
was
you
also
guys.
necessary to see that clip to understand a little bit of one of these next interactions. Okay, let's jump forward to 28:15. I do not remember what clip this is, but I did make the
talking to the guy.
timestamp, so we're gonna.
Hang on, I'm gonna pause it. I want to get to the door part. Does he show that in this one? I don't think he does.
Yeah, let me explain it to you since you seem to be confused.
That we watched. Okay.
But where's the video that this came from? Did he not keep that one up? Wow, did he take that down? Because I actually don't think the door incident is the incident then. Because the incident that he's being charged with for the second one is from October 23rd. So is this the video? No. Where is the one where he... Okay, here we go. Confronting Scientology executives about abuse.
Folks.
So this is from September 6th. Okay. So the next incident came in September. So let's see here.
Hey.
This is Kim Reichel. This is not Melanie Penketh. Why do I know that? I worked with both of them for years.
Are you in Austin still? Are you in Clearwater?
And that's her mother. All right. Is this the door incident?
Their own private security guards. Don't you think it's weird that they hire outside pros like yourself? It is a little weird, right? I mean, I'm sure the paycheck's good.
There's little children here.
I bet your kids wish you weren't on the internet right now, though, honestly.
With balloon hats on.
Wait till they see Daddy.
Yeah.
Cheryl's there.
Got no butt.
Okay, this is the security guard.
How long you been in the Sea Org, buddy? You know you can.
He's talking to you like a bunch of times.
I mean, honestly.
This guy would be banging.
Look, I spent 7 years of my life working on a Sea Org base. I know what it's like, bro. I know what it's like.
Okay, more
Look,
people.
In the real world, you can be happy.
Talks.
You can
Now
go to
he
the
actually
beach
has a
whenever you
good
want.
conversation at one point with some people.
Peter, I'm glad I finally caught you in the wild. Listen, I've been meaning to talk to you about your wife, Lisa. I haven't seen her in a while. Is she still around?
This guy doesn't want to have
Lisa and
anything
I,
to do with him, but has a body
Lisa
cam on,
and I
so
go
is
way
recording
back.
the
She used
conversation
to come
also.
over,
Eventually, he tells him to
and used
leave
to
him
hang out
alone.
with me,
Michael
Heather, and the
Roberts
kids.
shows
I'm
up,
a little
celebrity
worried that I haven't seen
sighting.
her in a while.
Michael
Did they send her
Roberts.
off to work with Shelley at the CST
Most
base,
people
or
in the
is
chat
she-
and in the world
is she
have
still
no
in the Sea
idea
Org?
who Michael
By the
Roberts
way,
is.
By the way, I never actually knew what Peter Mansell looked like. After all these years, it's
Here's
feel extra about it
another
right now. You have to forgive me for not being
guards. There's Erica.
If I can just find out Timu Oto's name.
And he doesn't know the guy's
Someone
name.
I'm sure will email me by the end of the night. Tell me his name.
Where is the door incident? Yeah, they had a lot of people. I thought it was like right around here because maybe it was right before he started to. Okay, here we go. Is it here?
Their own private security guards. Don't you think it's weird that they hire outside pros like yourself? It is a little weird, right? I mean, I'm sure the paycheck's good, but I bet your it is not. Who are you, you fucking psycho? Who are you? Are you a Scientologist? Are you a security guard?
Because it's public property.
Who are you?
No. This right here is public property.
It is not. Who are you, you fucking psycho? It is not. Who are you, you? It is not.
Sorry, guys. I'm not trying to go back to the same exact thing every time.
Their own private
It's showing me something different.
Don't you think it's
Is the
weird that they
wrong
hire
day
outside
for the
pros
door?
like yourself? It is a little weird, right?
When
I mean, I'm sure the
when
paycheck's
is
good,
the day?
But
I thought it was this
I bet
day
your kids wish you weren't on the internet
that
right
it
now,
happened
though,
with the
honestly.
door.
Oh, yeah, wait till they
This
see
is not the
Daddy.
video.
Yeah.
But it's this door, right? What door was that? I thought this was the day he had his door shut because he was trying to talk to Pat. So it wasn't during this festival thing? Because I thought this was the guy that he banged into.
Doesn't cover up child rape. Say it on camera. Tell me Scientology doesn't cover up child rape. Go ahead. Welcome rapists in our group.
This is a random person he's talking to. And that guy was following Aaron around the whole time. Just to like make sure. Does anybody remember what day it was? Anyway, I wanted to show the thing because that's, that's the one where it's maybe it's really close to the beginning. Because he tries to talk to Pat. I thought this was the day. See, this is somebody telling her don't talk to
What
him.
is the point of asking for people's phone numbers and email addresses at a block party? What is the point of asking for people's phone numbers and email?
Get back. You're trespassing. Step down. You're trespassing.
On the stairs?
Yes.
Well,
Does anybody know? Yeah, it was on October 23rd. It'd be about 3 weeks ago. Let's see. September 22nd? Okay.
You don't belong in the Space Navy. You belong in the West.
That's October 9th. Okay, we got to keep going. Oh, that's October 3rd. Nora, why'd you click on that? September 22nd. Okay, so this is September 19th. This might be it, actually.
The later I have, geez, known as Scientology Day. I'm sorry. Party tonight. That's
So Aaron's walking, he talks to a lady, walks up to another building. This is when he's like walking around talking to multiple Scientologists. And the police come again.
Well, to scroll on my live stream to find the incident.
Okay.
Jamie's thing won't won't scroll in real time. Scientologists suck.
So the police are there. That one? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ravens. Let's see here. We got to go back earlier. Right, because it was before everybody came out. The big protest that they had. Protesting Scientology. Did my mod send it to me in my chat? This one. Thank you. Thank you, mods. Thank you. 26 minutes in. Okay. This is guys, I have the best mods in the business here. Thank you, mods. All right, we'll go to 20. Oh, no. We'll go to 26. But it can't be there. He shows the chalk. Are we sure it's that one? He made a one. That's Flavio Lugli. Okay, so here we go. This is Aaron's footage of Aaron. Here we go. Okay, so he's talking to Pat Harney. He's talking to Pat Harney. Here we go. Okay. Okay. So you can see.
Could allow Flavio Lugli.
So this older gentleman there, I'm pointing like you guys can see what I'm pointing at. Right here with the bald head, okay, is starting to pull the door closed.
To contact his parents. Aaron. They're trying to reach him.
Tells him, Aaron.
Ow!
Okay, right there. Aaron says, ow. The guy hit him with the door.
Ow!
2 times.
What did you just do? You just hurt me.
So now, this man was standing right next to him. So this is what I'm saying. This incident, classic OSA setup. So Aaron had his body. Now, I don't know if it's the property line or not, guys, the doorway. But his foot, the door was propped open, okay? And his foot was in the path when the door closes. And that guy slammed it on his, now that's a big ass, heavy, very tall wooden door. Slammed it on his foot twice. Then he says, you hurt me. This guy.
You just injured my foot.
And now he says, you just stepped on me. This guy.
This isn't trespassing. You're lying. This is the property line. The property line is right here. You just committed battery on me. I can't believe you did that. You know perfectly well the property line is the door, not here. You can't hurt people. You can't put your hands on people, Andrew.
So now Andrew and Aaron are having confrontation.
Andrew, private property begins at the door. You know that. You can't put your hands on people, Andrew. You can't injure people. Scientologists aren't above the law.
Now, this is the incident Aaron's being charged with. So because of the force of the door on his foot, and obviously if you're getting injured, you step away from the thing that's injuring you. You step away from, the thing harming you. right? And that guy placed himself in the path that Aaron would inevitably take and became injured. Now, because that man, Andrew, is pressing charges, Aaron got another charge. They showed some video from probably their cameras above the door of Aaron knocking into this guy, of Aaron being on their property, and the police and the state attorney were like, yeah, that's a charge, and put it on and charged him. Now, as I pointed out earlier, and the cop pointed out to Aaron, did Aaron immediately after this go to the emergency room and get his foot x-rayed and press charges on that man who slammed the door on his foot? Did he? No. As Poe pointed out so eloquently in his stream, if you're going to say they're hurting me, then you have to prove it. You have to prove it in a legal way. You cannot just cry wolf. Be like, well, they're mean to me. They hurt me as a child. They don't. You have to prove it. Okay? Aaron didn't go to the hospital. He has no doctor's report for that. He has no x-rays for that. So guess what? Under the guise of the law, not our personal opinions, not even Aaron's foot condition, which I don't know the condition of it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because he cannot prove it and did not give proof of it to the law. Okay? So this is what I'm saying. If you're going to go support Aaron and say he should not be being in jail, he should not be free, he should not be charged with any of this stuff, please understand what the facts are in the case. Please stop repeating Aaron's lie. Do not make yourself a co-conspirator in this. Okay? And my personal advice, that none of them want it, even though I already know how much Jenna hates me. She made a whole there's people out here that are so jealous. They just say things because they're jealous. The last thing that I'm jealous of right now is a full grown-ass 40-plus-year-old man who is apparently, according to the defense, the sole provider for his wife and children. He's still married. His girlfriend is on YouTube, leaving that part out. Okay? He's still married. He's the sole provider. And now he's in jail. Which is why they are telling everybody, please put Aaron's streams. Just put them on. That's the best thing you can do. You know why they're asking that, guys? You want to know the real reason why they're asking that? Because YouTube changed the algorithm again, kids. It is not about how many subs you have. It's not even about the engagement you get during a stream or after a stream. But they like that. The algorithm likes it. Don't get me wrong. It's about watch hours. And one thing that's been going steadily down for Aaron is not the number of views. The number of views versus watch hours, those are two different things. Because as you're scrolling, right? We all do it. We all scroll. We all do the boop, 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 boop. Okay. If you spend that 5 seconds, that counts as a view. Or however many seconds. I don't know how many seconds counts as a view. Okay. But then you scroll to the next thing. That view time, the time in which you viewed that video, is the watch hours. So for all the people in my chat who have been here this whole time, thank you. That's almost 3 watch hours. But if you are not sitting actively engaged or just have the stream playing, not at 2x speed, whatever, 2x speed, reduces the watch hours by half. That is the new algorithmic plus button on YouTube. So, again, this is what I'm saying, guys. The fact that when Aaron was getting arrested, he told people not to hand him the phone so he could call his wife, but to keep streaming. And he has directed Jenna, Natalie, Marilyn, I don't know who else. Oh, Cheryl. Cheryl's running the channel to get people to watch his streams over and over and over. Even though he's not creating anything new, he has other people who are guesting on his show. Natalie's done 2 videos so far. They did a panel with Nat, Jen, and Cheryl. Natalie interviewed some other guy who's from the Save the Garden. That's all fine. I mean, it's content. It's whatever. It's kind of a little, I don't know. I don't know what YouTube's rules are on that. On guest hosts on a channel. Right? I don't know what the rules are. But that's why they're telling people to do it. Okay? Last I checked, I haven't checked recently, in the first 24 hours, Aaron got over $800 on his commissary. So now he can have all of the ramen that he can possibly eat. Okay? Personally, I don't think it's a great idea to be super rich in jail. I don't think that makes you safer. I don't know. I can't comment. I shouldn't comment on that. I don't know. Brooks Gibbs. That's right. That was the guy from the Save the Garden that are Clearwater citizens that are protesting the church trying to buy a street. And I commend them for that. No, I know without the phone, the Tesla won't start. That's how the swastikars work. Yeah. So guys, when you are going to go protest, understand the laws of the district and city and township and, hamlet, whatever the fuck, wherever you are. Know those laws. Do not break those laws. If police are called while you are obeying the law, and you have thousands of witnesses that are watching your live stream, but they start to tell you things like that sound like you're being charged or could be charged with something, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And ask, am I being detained? If the answer is no, then you say, am I free to go? If they say yes, then you fucking leave. Do not stay there and continue to reenact your crime, to braggadociously show them your live stream, to continue to intimidate the people that have called the police on you. Don't do any of that. Okay? As an example, over a year ago, I was outside of the Portland organization. I had chalked some things on the ground. I was standing in front of their doors. Okay? And I was talking directly to the people inside, telling them, hey, you should investigate this. You deserve more money. A lot of different things. They called the police. Now, ironically, I had tried to call the police on them because they had locked the doors from the inside, preventing a fire exit from being used. They locked all the doors. So the police show up. They look at the ground. They saw my chalk. I had written child trafficking cult on the ground. And they were like, The police officer came up to me and he said, what are you doing here? I said, I'm protesting. I grew up in Scientology. I'm protesting it. He goes, you're not going inside there, right? I said, no, I'm not going. I've been standing here the whole time. I've been live streaming it. I mean, if you can look at it if you want. Now, at that moment, I knew I had not broken any laws, not any Portland laws, not any federal laws. There was nothing that they could charge me with. And people in my stream were like, oh my God, you should get out of there. And I was like, no, I'm going to stand right here because I didn't break the law. So he went in there and you could see the heated exchange back and forth. He came out so frustrated. He was like, listen, they don't like what you wrote on the ground. They don't have to like it. It's chalk. You can do it. So I started trying to like educate him on Scientology. He's like, man, I'm going to just stop you. I already know. And then he walked off. Like he knew. And I said, they're locking. Oh, also when he came up, I said, you should look because they're locking the doors on the inside and that's a fire code violation. And I was and I told him that I had been trying to call to report that they've locked all the doors on the inside, and he made them unlock it. He's like, yeah, they had locked the doors. That I told them they can't do that. And I said, listen, I have no intention of going in there, So guess what? I wasn't arrested for exercising my First Amendment because I exercised it within the law. I didn't go on their property. I didn't maim their property. I didn't do any of that. Okay? So protesting and telling the truth and using facts can be done within the law. But you cannot, and they did throw water on me, Lady Jane, while I was there. They threw water on me and Rika and Melody. I didn't press charges. I also avoided the water. They were throwing it towards me, but I moved out of the way. Now I could have stood there and let oh God, now I'm forgetting his names. I forgot his name, but I know his daughter and I forgot her name too. It's a weird name. It'll come to me when I'm done with the stream. Anyway, I could have just stood there on public property and let that man throw water on me and then called the police and showed them the video of him throwing the water on me. I didn't do that. Why? Number one, I understand that man's an indentured servant at two places, not just at that org, but also at the Delphi school. Maybe I should have. But my feeling on it is I'm trying to come at Scientologists, practicing Scientologists, with as much compassion as I can. Because the only way an organization like that truly topples is for the cultees, the devotees, the hypnotized, the indoctrinated, whatever you want to call them, when they, as a group, say, this is fucked up, we're not doing this anymore. I'm not giving you my power. I'm not giving you my money. I'm not giving you my time. Okay. So when all of us survivors are out here trying to make a stink about Scientology, we need to do it in a way that A, actually creates change for Scientology, like what Audit and Laura are doing. Okay. And Scientology is not able to get the permits that they were in LA. They can't just walk in and get a permit. They gotta follow the rules now. The police are also like, I don't know about that. There's a lot of stuff going on. Why? Because talking to the right people in the right places is making change. Okay. Then you have what's happening in Clearwater. The Save the Garden people aren't just doing it because it's Scientology. It's because they don't want any more of their downtown to be owned, to be dominated, to be fucking like destroyed by Scientology. So regular citizens are like, no more. That's how things get done. Okay? So please repeat facts. Please stop telling lies. And my advice to Jenna and Nat and Cheryl, get a lawyer and distance yourself as much as you can from this fucking mess. Because it's not about galvanizing the movement behind Aaron Smith Levin, who clearly from his own video did the thing and admitted it twice on his own video that he did the thing. Okay? You guys are seeming a lot like the women who write to serial killers in jail and marry them. It's giving Manson girls. It's giving like a lot of not good shit. And if you guys don't want to get into further legal problems, go consult a lawyer. Show them Aaron's video. Show them Cheryl's video, just like I just did. Show them all of Aaron's convos before the incident, during the incident, after the incident, his convos with the cops. and his attitude and behaviors later. And then you say to the lawyer, would my participation with this person or my support of this person, could that end up in a legal situation for me? Am I in danger? Ask a lawyer. Okay? Because you need to protect yourself. Because if you really want to take down Scientology and you want to keep protesting, make sure you're not also in jail. Because guess what you're not doing in jail? Protesting Scientology. I mean, maybe you're educating people in there. That's possible. Now, with all this kerfluffle, we've been going 3 hours now, guys. This is one of my longest streams in a long time, and my voice is going, and I'm starving. I didn't have lunch. With all this stuff that's going on, the thing about it is this. Yes, I think Scientology was particularly vindictive over this incident, my personal opinion, to press charges. But their legal option was to press charges. Do I think that Scientology is good? No. Do I think Scientology should be shut down for their 75 years of crimes? Abso-fucking-lutely. Those have to be proven in a court of law. Evidence has to be brought. Physical evidence has to be brought, which means that the victims, okay, just like the Jane Does had to go to the police and make multiple reports and then press charges based on those reports and then go testify in open court and relive all of their fucking trauma again, which I don't agree with, but that's how it goes. That's how Danny Masterson ended up in jail. Because that's the way the law works. So for all of us out here who were abused by the church as an entity, by very specific people in the church, there are avenues for us to explore to get justice against the church. And the more cases that are brought with evidence, okay, civil cases, yes, but criminal cases. Right now, for anyone who was a sexual abuse victim at the hands of a Scientologist, okay, and it was covered up by Scientology, there is a look, and this happened in California. I have to be so specific. That you have a look back window. You have a look back window. Okay? Please go, if you can find it, the strength to do it and the willingness to be that vulnerable, go report it. Bring formal charges. The more victims that come forward, the more the district attorney will have to work with. And they can start taking it down. Okay? I'm sure Danny Masterson is going to try an appeal because, of everything. And they can try and say it was a Scientology bias. It didn't have anything to do with Scientology other than the Scientological cover-up of those crimes. And guess who didn't testify to say what they did to cover that up when it was their job? Michael J. Rinder. And if you think for 1 second that Mike Rinder didn't cover up all of that rape, you have another fucking thing coming. Because Mike Rinder is just as culpable for what happened to those women as Danny Masterson. Because he covered it up, he protected him, and he allowed him to do it again. Okay? So when you're going to tell the story of the Smurf incident, okay, It doesn't matter how long ago it was, Thursday before 2. That's the look back window. There's no statute of limitations. Please, thank you. Thank you, Peter. Okay. Where'd you go, Peter? Peter, come back. California AB 2777 and the new window AB 250. Please, 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 please avail yourself. I'm telling you right now, anytime that happened, it doesn't matter if it was 40 years ago. Report it. Thank you for being a member for 19 months, Sushiful. Thanks for the stream today. I cleared out 2 bedrooms while I was dropping facts. My God. Yeah. So the Smurf incident, as we're trying to, cutify this, it's we saw what it was, guys. We went over it. We went over what happened before, during, and after. Okay. Before, during, and after. Oh no, Scientology is still going in Canada. They outlawed it at one point, then it got unoutlawed. We need to outlaw it in all countries. It needs to be banned. It's not a religious experience. It's not a religion. It is a con. It is a multi-level marketing real estate scam that also human and child traffics and protects sexual predators. Period. Okay? So while Aaron got trapped in an OSA op during the second incident, that's also his responsibility. Why is it his responsibility? Because he was trained in how to do those OSA ops. He was fully trained on how to put yourself super close to somebody who's protesting to entrap them into physically touching you. He put himself way too close to the people he's talking to constantly. So that, his responsibility. Doesn't mean it was a real assault. He just put himself, on the train tracks there. Okay? Please, guys, when we're addressing these things, facts, truth. Okay? It's not my truth. It is the truth. It's not my facts. It are the facts. Okay? And when you go out, hot tip for people who aren't going to follow the law. Okay? Just a hot tip. If you are not going to follow the law while protesting, don't show your face and don't video yourself doing it. And then leave it on the internet. Don't do that. Also, just don't break the law. It's really simple. It's so simple. Okay? Oh, no, it is. I mean, and here's the deal, guys. It's that's also my opinion. I share that opinion with you, Lynn, that this is definitely for money. And that's, guys, the evidence of that is clear. When the Los Angeles incident happened, and that time he was not arrested or charged with anything in Los Angeles when he had the run-in with the OSA plant with the dog. Okay, he wasn't charged with anything. The other guy was. He had like 11 weapons on him or whatever. Okay, yeah, and don't do anything where you can be accused of breaking the law. Thank you. Don't break the law. He was detained unlawfully by the LAPD. Again, never filed a complaint, never filed a lawsuit. That's a fucking civil lawsuit from God. He could have sued the LAPD for so much money. He can't now. I don't think a lawyer worth their salt is going to take that, but he could have. No, never pressed charges. Never tried to get that guy kicked off the force. Nothing. Okay? Nothing. And all the protesters showed up outside the Hollywood police station where he was being detained. Bullhorns were out. People, free Aaron! $30,000 was raised for him spontaneously in a GoFundMe that he did not ask to be set up. And later, in later streams, when he was asked, hey, what about, because he didn't need a lawyer and he didn't need bail. Let's be abundantly clear. He didn't need a lawyer and he didn't need bail at that time in 2023. And he was asked very directly, are you going to give the money back? And he said, no. Why should I give it back? I didn't ask for it. I mean, if people gave it to me, they wanted to give it to me. Then when he tried to raise money for a lawyer after this incident, when he got arrested, he raised $3,000, which is still more than me. So good job, Aaron. Because people will be like, see, people like him way more than they like you. It isn't a popularity contest, guys. I have my QR code up here, and I'm raising money still on my GoFundMe. I'll say that, and my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo is to pay my lawyer, Merritt McKeon, who you guys met on my channel, who's helping me fight to obtain a civil restraining order against Anthony D'Amato and fight the, falsely issued order that he put on me. It's actual law. Okay? So if you can help with that, there it is. The retainer's $5,000. I'm trying to just minimally get her the retainer for her time. Okay? Or my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and everything is going directly to her. Unless you send me a note and you say, this is for you, then I will put it in my bra strap or whatever. Okay? But please, let's tell the truth, guys. Let's just own it. Sometimes the truth sucks, and that's okay. But we got to tell the truth. Please stop repeating these lies about the smurfing incident. Please stop making yourself a co-conspirator, an accessory. Do not be an accessory to somebody else's crime. Okay? Scientology is a criminal organization, and they will be brought down in a court of law with evidence. Every single one of us survivors needs to sit down with an FBI agent and present our evidence and get that on the books. And the more of us that do that, the more of us that go and file police reports, that's when action's going to happen. We have to talk to law enforcement. We have to work with them to get charges formally pressed against specific and important people inside the church. And that's how they get taken down. It's a lot of fucking hard work. It's going to take a lot of time. And it's going to be being in the hot seat. Okay? But doing things like that, throwing anything at anybody, ever, is only going to break the law. All right, guys. It's been forever. Thank you. This has been a long stream. It's been a good stream. Thank you all for being here through the whole thing. I appreciate that so much. Thank you to my members who have been here for many moons. You guys keep these channels alive. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, as always, to the best mods in the business, my lady mods. Thank you so much. And guys, I'll see you all on the flippity dippity.